Action.
Action?
Action.
Action.
Action. No, horror. We're here to talk about horror. Good evening, all, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast downstairs. We're just so jazzed to be here. We're feeling rejuvenated. We're feeling fresh. We're feeling new because today is a different day. Or is it?
We can't tell. There's no windows
There's
down
no
here.
windows.
Is it nighttime?
I don't know.
It's not funny.
Anyway, this is the podcast downstairs where we talk all things horror. We're just three weirdos locked in a basement. We just love movies and we're going to talk about it. But before we do that, we're going to go around the table and introduce ourselves. I am, as of at least the year 2024, Glenn? I don't know. That feels right.
I'm just smiling at the nature of this experience that makes me feel so cuckoo about it. I mean, like, I saw the substance of this and how long I've been waiting for this moment. And we got a leg up on this. I'm Claudio.
I am so proud of both of you.
And so long those legs
am.
are.
I am for one more year in 2024. Not yet 40.
Yes.
That's what I am. But also extremely proud to be with both of you and all of you and no one else because, again, not a lot of contact with the outside.
this is a basement. We're only allowed out to go to the theater. That's pretty much about it.
But tons of streaming options and
yeah.
Thank God, we got that Shudder hookup because 2024 is what we're going to be talking about on this episode. And I have never felt more ready to discuss an episode. I can't guarantee I'll be good or coherent, but I'm excited.
I mean, this was really the origin of where this began.
Yeah, this was the foothold.
Yeah, honestly.
Like that 2024 for the audience at home. 2024 is a very important year for us because at this point, Claudio is officially indoctrinated into the horror camp. In it for a significant enough amount of time to be like, I know what I like, I know what I want to see more. Mm-hmm. This is also like a substantial enough foothold where me and Joe have been seeing movies together for spotty off and on for a couple of years, but then we really buckled down. It was like, no, if we're going to the movie, we're going to talk to one another and be like, do you want to see this? It's not a question of, do you want to go? It's more of a question of, I'm going to see this movie. Are we doing it together?
It felt very much like beginning, like, hey, man, I'm going to, if that works for you, and cool, all right, well, no.
Yes.
So, more heads up, and then that turned into, well, no, you can't because I can't that day.
Yeah,
so we're going to have to reschedule.
We're going to want to talk about it together, so we need to see it together. And then Claudio was like, I want to see more movies, so please tell me when you go to the theater. And the most insane fun thing happened when we went to the pre-release for Longlegs.
Oh, sure.
Was
that when it was a lot of us? There was
we bought out a fucking row.
In a corner of
We bought a fucking row for this goddamn. Thank you, Oz Perkins.
Yeah.
Thank you. Honestly, that's not a facetious thing. It's not a facetious.
Everything else on top of that movie.
Yeah. It was we bought out a fucking row. We
had enough people interested, and even I was my friends on the theater side of things were oh my god, I can't wait for long. It's well, we have people going, and they're we want in.
We had us three. We had close friends. We had theater friends. We had tattoo friends. We had fucking spouses of friends.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Ben. What's up, buddy?
It was a real crossover event.
Yeah, it was.
That
really
was my multiverse of madness,
cool. And it was one of those moments that made me go,
collided.
"Oh my god." Maybe the next time I go see a movie, I might splurge and rent out a whole theater, and then if we all chip in $5, we can fill it and talk over. I still want to do that. I still really want to do that. Maybe for a live stream.
Theater movie party, that would be
Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't know if we can live stream a movie.
No, but I mean, one day we could maybe organize an event.
Shoot for the stars.
It could be.
Call an audience first.
Cinemark, AMC, let me know. We come to that place for magic.
And posters.
Stop quoting, I Know What You Did Last Summer. You won't stop quoting your new favorite movie.
I love it so much.
The dialogue is so quotable.
Teddy's so good.
You definitely understand.
Egg.
The divas are up.
The divas are up right now. but not as up as we were in 2024.
Yeah,
Which is what we are gathered here to talk about. Is
Not
the year of 2024.
Not to dump on 2025, which is only halfway over, and I'm eating up 25.
I'm enjoying what I'm
so much
seeing this year.
I always measure the
Once
first.
again, no calendar. I have no idea.
I always measure the first half of the year in like my pulp favorites, like my genre hits, dumpuary, action, horror. What slasher summer superhero nonsense bullshit do I get to just love?
Hollowtober, and
then the fall
Dumpcember.
and the winter is for drama and prestige and big directors doing big things, and we got the Oscars and yada yada. So like I'll have come January of 26.
I still look forward to our Oscars viewing party.
Now that we have an Oscar party tradition, that is something I had such a blast with.
That was really fun.
And like that, but that's what I mean. Like the first
Horror
half
got snubbed.
is like our genre pulp, nonsense, and then the second half is usually the prestige, like big names up about. But 24 had a lot of overlap, and when it didn't, it was just like all the critics and all the fans being like, "Yes, we all are on the same page about this," and like over here, even though if it's like some weird foreign thing, like for the most part, I just feel like in 2024, you couldn't ignore horror. To the degree that the Academy couldn't ignore horror. To the degree that weirdos on the internet, not that they ever did, couldn't ignore horror. Nor could, like, your neighbor. Like,
I don't know. The weirdos on the internet are horror in their own right.
We're not doing meta episode today. We will get there.
Someday we'll do a meta episode.
We will talk about that.
And we'll do the episode from outside of this room.
Claudio, you might need to help me, despite being a list historian extraordinaire, which, again, I feel so flattered by. I don't recall, like, the chronological releases of 2024. Like, I've just been ranking them per my preferences and, like, the poster aesthetics for the last year and a half. But, like, maybe you can let me know about any type of releases or not. No pressure.
What are the first? I
didn't know how. Well, you know what? We are gonna I guess we should say we're gonna go through this much as we often do when we're, just trying to loosely tackle something in a funner, casual, lighter way without as much historical context. In which I think we're gonna do kind of like top threes.
Yeah.
And then maybe kind of round out honorable mentions.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe our number 10 pick.
Something to a loose 2024 canon among us, but
actually, just to change up just to change up the way that we typically do this, I really do feel like I feel like I'm speaking for the group on this one, and I feel that this is a pretty calculated and precise thing, and I know it's not like you can get into semantics with me all you fucking want. Please do it.
Sure, I will.
It's a horror, but it's also a thriller. It's also a crime scene, and I think that our out of us three, our number 10 pick for the year of 2024 is Long Legs, with nostalgia, content, and just the sheer vibe of us going to the theater. I feel like it was such a foothold for the three of us. It was one of those, like,
if you didn't mention it, I would.
Yeah, I feel like that is it's worth more than an honorable mention to me.
Oh yeah.
Because of not only Nicolas Cage, not only Micah Monroe, not only the special effects makeup, not only Osgood Perkins, not only the cinematography, not only the soundtrack, the website. We spent so much time delving into the mystery of Long Legs and being a part of it that it's like I truly feel like that movie
didn't feel like homework either. It was bonus. It was gravy.
And we were eating it the fuck
and
up.
It was just so fun to swim in. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I truly feel I feel like, speaking for the table, correct me if I'm wrong, but I really feel like that is our number 10 pick for the three of us. Like, that's our...
It exists in my cosmos, for sure.
Yeah, that is one of our, like, biggies for that year.
I think it's fun, too, that you said nostalgic. Because, like, for me, it is. Because it's in the long line of serial killer movies. Like, a tradition I love. And I have way too much nostalgic affection for it. Because, like, I grew up watching, original Law and Order and Silence of the Lambs and everything
and
Hannibal.
It sits so comfortably between Silence of the Lambs.
It is damn near, like,
Seven.
a reboot of it.
Yeah.
It is very much, I think, more than anything else, those two Seven.
It's not
features,
what's in the box, it's what's in the doll.
And honestly,
like,
those are the three, in my, like, mind top. Those are now the three, like, top serial killer movies. Like I will look at my serial killer list when we maybe get more into it in a second, but like I those are like my big totems for that, you know, subgenre.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like even though it was a year ago, like almost to the day, it truly is just so nostalgic, and it's like it does fill my heart with like, oh my god, yes, that was such a fun day. Like I was so fucking stoked to get out of work that day. I was like, get me out of here. I want to go to the fucking theater and go hang out with my friends. I want to go sit in Applebee's and go fucking just chat it up about this movie. And the fact that we sat outside the theater for like a fucking 2 hours or some shit and just stood there talking about it.
There were so many, and like, not to dick ride it, but like it deserves a dick riding.
Why we're here. What are we
Welcome
not
to the
here for that?
podcast, Dick Riders.
28 inches later.
Claudio.
Crazy style indeed. There were just so many things that I enjoyed about it, but like the main thing that like really stood out for me, and like in the same realm as like Silence of the Lambs. I was like, how did I forget that name? Just how heavy it was, how dreadful it was. Like
Doom. Impending Doom.
It was doom metal version of Silence of the Lambs. You have your young, intrepid, you know, female up against an FBI agent, you know, not necessarily working with a killer in the same realm as Clarice Starling and Hannibal Lecter, of course, which, like, again, after Brian Fuller and Mads Mikkelsen and Hugh Dancy and everything else with that NBC production, like, that is, like, I loved it so much. But also Jonathan Demme, you know, that feature, and all the others as well. Like, I have a lot of love for Manhunter and Red Dragon. Less so for Hannibal, and I even enjoy Rising. But regardless, like, I just mean that, like, I have so much affection for that franchise, and I very much felt like Longlegs was a, like, worthwhile love letter without just being
just like a little,
without being a poor remake, but like so hewing so closely to like the trajectory, having the slightly supernatural rub, but like hitting all the same notes, and while still being like punk rock, not just in the soundtrack, but in the approach, like in the weird aspect ratios.
It was glam rock. It was glam rock.
But in the texture, like it felt 8mm, like not even trying to be a Nick Cage reference, but like it had, I don't know, it had a lot going for it in that specific way.
It was that opening shot being fucking.
It was. There's so many neat things, and like the thing, like so many unsettling things. Like, and obviously spoilers. The movie's been out for years, but if you haven't seen it yet, it's on Hulu.
Oh my god!
The interrogation scene where like she finally meets him in there, and like it's just it's the camera that does it. It's him speaking.
There she is.
And like all the
so
emotional
easy.
shit.
Like I enjoy laughing at it because we're so good at doing that impression, and it's like easy to laugh with and at, but like I don't laugh at it. It is a fucking creepy, threatening, disturbing.
Looking at it and
not
talking about it.
Either.
Yeah, you can be like, "Oh, Nick Cage is so silly when he overacts."
It's not silly. He's not overacting.
But when you're watching, it's scary.
If you buy into the premise, and when that hits, like. Again, like when he's driving the car, and like I just sent you a meme of this, like and correct me on the line.
Jenny!
But then
unmake me!
Save me from this world. That is some fucked up, like that's some wild shit. Like that is not a joke. You know what I mean? And like that is like that hits. Like if you can discern it in his falsetto scream,
happy birthday.
It can ruin you, and like when it has that potential, I think it's so worth recognizing.
Yeah.
Just really quick, I mentioned Seven, of course, and Silence of the Lambs, and Longlegs. I feel remiss if I, in my personal, just don't mention American Psycho. I feel like that's a very specific classic of the serial killer genre that like stood out. I'm also trying to watch Man Bites Dog. It's on, I think HBO.
Still need to.
But that's on my list. Others like Zodiac, but that's also Fincher. So whatever. That's a different episode.
Zodiac also so tastefully done with that too. Also, as far as like honorable mentions for serial killer stuff like that, I really love the fucking Netflix series. Not Manhunter.
No.
You?
Mindhunter.
Oh, God, yes.
Okay.
Specifically connected to Silence of the Lambs because the author of the Hannibal Lecter books, Thomas Harris, also wrote literally the book, I think, Mindhunter, writing the book on the BAU, on the FBI. Like, this is where Criminal Minds comes from. This is where Mindhunter comes from.
If you haven't checked it out at this point, it's been out for years. If you haven't checked it out, do yourself a favor, go check that out.
I might be
because
mistaken.
That show is so fucking good. Netflix, please. just one more, man. Let us
They
complete.
might be. Have you heard about those rumblings?
Yeah, there's rumblings. I just want to confirm it. Netflix, please. They set up for 2 seasons Dennis Rader. Let us have it, please.
I don't.
God, you set up. I think it was Dennis Rader. BTK. You set him up for 2 fucking seasons, and then you pulled the fucking plug.
I can't remember.
And this is a plea. This is a plea from a prisoner in a basement.
I can't remember if it was Harris that wrote Mindhunters, but like he had a connection there, and but whatever. That overlap is just the connective tissue's there.
It is. There's a lot of connective tissue.
So it's your 10 unofficially.
That is our 10. That's our 10.
Yeah, like I feel like this fits in all of our cosmos. Like of the year.
Sorry, hour 10. Hour number 9, Claudia. Sorry, I'm just getting punished below the table. What is your... Whoa! We're not allowed!
Don't look at him.
To make mistakes.
I'm actually not allowed to look at him.
Oh, yeah. This is just us now.
No, not at him.
Are you ready for number 9? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump the gun.
We're not allowed to look under the table when that happens.
I didn't mean to jump the gun. Are we ready
it's fine. So I think for
9?
my number 3, I will come out with...
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, I wanted to start with
a big honorable mention of...
I see.
Yes, we typically, in structure, we do like our top 3, but we also do like our group
And you're
10.
flipping the script.
And I am flipping the script. I'm doing things a little differently, so I'm technically not going last.
And so this won't also be like a ranking as much as like they had in the past. It's more just like
naming
taking
things
turns.
Yeah, this is just stuff
more letters than
stuff
numbers,
that
if that helps.
we
I don't
like
know.
individually and together.
Those letters.
Yeah.
My number 3 is I'm going to go with the movie that showed me that it's okay to do a backbend, especially when it's through your own stomach, in a violent nature. The Walking Simulator movie. I truly had such a good time with this movie. I had so much fun. Even as spaced out and however boring people may deem it, I think the space in between this movie and the breathing room left you so horribly unsettled. And it also left, on the technical side, so much room for the editing department to really nail down some of the stuff they were doing.
You can knock the, walking simulator aspect of it, and like, please feel free. Like, this is not for everyone. Like, even if you want to argue, okay, sit through the boring parts to get to the good parts, and like, yeah, the kills are the good parts, and like the plot development is so fun. Yeah. And I'm sure that there's like a 38-minute cut that skips the boring stuff. But why do yourself the disservice of missing out on not a walking simulator, why miss out on a walk?
Go for a walk.
The sound, right? The editing, the colors,
cinematography.
The being forced to consider composition and frame in the cinematography, because you're watching a person track not only in distance and depth, but within, you start having to think about the frame rate and like where the horizontal of the of the horizon line of like where the sky meets the whatever.
How does aspect ratio play into something?
I'm thinking specifically if you've seen it, of the one backtracking shot when he eventually, after going through the woods, approaches the one shack where it's like a sheriff and the dude kind of chasing each
when they
other
walk
for a
around
sec.
the house. Yes.
Tell me that's not a fun Tom and Jerry, silent movie. Again, like the same way, I'm sorry I keep bringing this up.
It's playful in the way that most slasher or camp slashers specifically are. It's playful.
I know we're horror boys, but like the way John Wick referenced all the Buster Keaton stuff, like very explicitly showing that stuff at the beginning. Those are movies made by stuntmen to showcase stunts. This was made by effects people, cinematography people that wanted to showcase those specific aspects. There's lore. There's not a lot of character. There is development. They're very thin, bare bones, 1 or 2 dimensions, but like smart choices all around. Not only in the script, the cinematography, the gore effects, the sound editing. Like we love a wet movie.
You hear every squelch. You feel it.
You feel the squelches. You hear
see
the wet.
Her neck pop out.
I was gonna say I don't even want to. I don't even think we can adequately describe that. But when you get to the yoga death,
the yoga scene,
don't look away.
Yeah, never look away. Watch it for all fucking like 6 minutes that it's happening in front of you. It is a 6-minute fucking kill.
And guess what? It's getting a sequel by the same directors. So, haters, go to hell.
Yeah.
Don't care.
It's I really loved it for what
my
it
top 12.
was. And it left me speechless. We got done that movie, and I remember us sitting in the theater, and we sat there for like a good couple minutes and was just like, I gotta digest what I just watched.
And
Because,
I'm a Villeneuve boy. I'm like a Refn boy. Like I appreciate a slow burn. Like I'll put up with a lot of like long, quiet stretches. But like I don't think it was boring. Like I thought it was paced well. I thought it was structured well. I thought like even when it brought you to the point of like, oh, there's kind of a lot of walking in grass, and then you got some lore. Like it knew when to drop exposition or to give you something or to withhold something.
Or
like,
when to
that's
escape our main antagonist, because the whole movie's over the shoulder.
When to lean into him, when to give us the other
It knew when to
folk.
let go, and like we're gonna circle around the fire and we're gonna listen to the story.
It's minimalist. That's what it is.
Yeah. But like
We were talking about it, like
But efficient.
what is it? Like accessible junk food,
Yeah.
like fancy junk food. It's like no,
Very little dialogue.
This is what you watch to be like, okay, you see what they're doing here? Yeah, it's kind of boring though. Okay, but give it 2 minutes. That's all I'm asking you is to give it 2 minutes, and you go, ooh, I see what they did now.
you gotta see it from the perspective.
I don't think it takes you long to like be able to identify, track, and then maybe even see the payoff of any given scene. Like, again, I've mentioned before, and like he's not horror, but like I could do an episode one day about like just like trying to reconcile my love of Tarantino and the fact that he knows what he's doing with filmmaking, if not living life. But like I saw some video breakdown of like scenes in his movies adhering to like a pretty strict efficiency rule in terms of, and I'm gonna fuck it up, like it's a bastardized version I'm gonna say, but I think it's worth mentioning for its relevance in terms of like this movie, because it does the same thing in terms of like you don't even include a scene if nothing changes from A to B. You know what I mean? Like if you don't communicate something, then the shit gets cut.
Then it's a shit scene. Yeah.
Or I mean, it might not be shit, but like if you're going for efficiency,
in
momentum,
Tarantino's,
like
yeah.
you know, especially if you're going a little bit experimental or a little bit minimalist, like you got to make those kind of tough, weird priority choices and cuts, literally. And like so, again, I just think this is like a good example of doing that.
Well, like in looking at the movie, it is from the perspective of a killer, and the thing that I enjoyed about it was that like this is what's happening while the the survivors are existing.
Yeah.
Of course, like
What haven't we seen before?
yeah,
Yeah.
Him playing with his toys.
We're re-slashing.
But like it's those things
His cool
that
down
have
moments.
like intent, that sense, like he's that close.
How does he relax?
Yeah.
He's
It's
that
never
close to them?
It's always where is he? Who is he? Never
But
how is he?
And
And
it's
he's
like-
right there. Even when they're in the
right there.
campfire, he's right
He is
there.
and I love that scene so much for that too. The fact that it's like we do escape the over-the-shoulder shot, and it goes around, and we get exposition scene, but he's lingering.
He's
So it
in the
makes
pho-
sense.
And he moves,
In
and
the
you
photograph.
hear
Concept,
it. Yes.
it makes sense. It's consistent
Yeah.
with the concept. It makes sense. Like I don't know.
It's
I found
So
it very
like, it's
practical,
very
efficient,
it's very anti-meta for a slasher to get it from their perspective and
it's
to
like
like
meta
give so much
as well, though.
effort. Yeah.
because you're getting that like the side of the story you never got before.
Right, and I enjoyed that. It was fresh. It was a new idea. Hasn't been done before. I think. Well,
Yeah.
I would mention a serial killer movie, which is actually a remake starring faculty in Lord of the Rings and oh god, anyway, it's called Maniac.
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
embarrassed.
okay.
Maniac is so fun. Oh my
It's-
god.
It's a little rough. It's a first-person POV. Pretty
Except
much the
when
whole
it's not.
movie. Okay, so that's what I couldn't remember. It's been a
Except when
while.
it's not.
It just reminded me similarly of like how the camera, kind of with like presence.
Have you seen that?
so I had to look up because I'm like, that's the one with that's the poster with the. Yeah.
With the mannequins.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
didn't know there was a remake, so I didn't see the.
So the original was a little different, but
The
similar.
original was a bit different, yes.
which I haven't seen that.
The
but
Elijah Wood remake, so fucking cool.
interesting if nothing else.
Because the concept they have is the whole movie is through the killer's eyes,
So it is his
unless
POV.
there's a scene
like literally.
where he's killing someone, because then it is through the eyes of the killer watching themselves kill.
Again, not to fuck with horror or
And I
action.
fuck with that heavy.
Hardcore Henry, a movie I hated, did the same trick.
GoPro the movie?
Yeah. I thought it was garbage. But a different action movie that influenced John Wick 3 from Korea called The Villainous in 2017, one of my favorite years, had a similar sequence that influenced a lot of John Wick stuff. And I know the Hardcore Henry folks watched that and thought, what if we did it the whole time? And not that could be a good, I thought it works mostly in Maniac. It doesn't matter that Hardcore Henry sucks.
I did not think that this conversation would
me neither.
to Hardcore Henry.
I didn't, just with the camera being a more active, not its own thing, but like almost being a character in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like very similar vibes. And similarly, this is 25, which I know doesn't exist in this episode, but the
What is
recent
25?
Steven Soderbergh movie, Presence, does the same thing with the ghost camera, and I thought that was clever.
Perspective
I
of
like
the ghost, and
worked for me.
I'll give so much time to that movie. I loved it so much. It was so innovative, so creative.
I know
I
we
have
should
yet to
move
watch
on,
it, but I'm very excited to check it out.
It's
on
crazy.
Hulu.
Soderbergh is, first of all, full stop. Soderbergh's insane. This man has too many movies. Just kidding. Keep doing your thing. But like, 2 movies in like 6 months of each other in 2025. That and Black Bag, which was also a lot of fun.
Also, I want to give like props and credit because like credit where credit's due for soundtracks. You know me. Credit to Soderbergh for whoever he had doing the soundtrack for Presence. Fucking Basement was on that soundtrack. Basement, the fucking pop punk band Basement. If you haven't listened to Basement, go check out Basement. I fucking love Basement. It's my favorite fucking band ever.
Not to be confused with Pavement, which you might also have heard about this year because of the documentary Pavements, which is
Yes,
making
I'm
a lot
actually
of
kind of
waves.
excited to check that out because Joe's in that.
A lot of folks.
Did
are.
Joe?
Did Joe?
Yeah, no, I'm very, very happy with the addition of that to the soundtrack. But speaking of soundtrack, very minimalist in A Violent Nature. Everything's minimalist,
but it makes
because you feel like you're part of the film crew at that point.
It's naturalistic.
You feel like you're sitting
Yeah.
there watching.
So you hear
what's it called? The monitors. It feels like you're on set watching the monitors while they're filming.
I just felt like it placed you in the woods. Like you
Yeah,
felt
like I could close my eyes and I hear the bugs.
bugs chirping. Was my first thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, or the flies flying around the dead body that's walking around killing people.
Or
like that's
buzzsaw
fucking cool.
tearing through bone and flesh and marrow.
Or a fucking
log
Not to
splitter.
rush.
log splitter.
Not to rush us too much.
It's on Hulu. Go
Do
check it
either
out.
of
In a
us-
Violent Nature.
Hell yeah. Technically also on Disney. Isn't that funny?
It's on Disney Plus. Does that make
Hulu's one of my
Johnny is a Disney princess. Yes.
Johnny is a Disney princess.
Hulu's one of my favorite, has been since it was like the place to stream Arrested Development. Hulu has been one of my favorite streamers for a real long time. And the fact that they have so much horror stuff and that they were the FX folks before the Disney buyout of
Very
Fox, it's just so hilarious.
Oh my god, does that mean Sweet D is a fucking Disney
Yeah.
princess?
Oh no. That's what I'm saying. There is
Tiny boy, little boy.
dude, all of Miramax I think became Disney. Like it's so funny. Anyway.
That is so funny.
That's so fucking.
So that is my number 3. Claudio, take
would
it
you
away
like
and
to-
tell me why
yeah.
it's Smile 2.
Hey, I like Smile 2 too. I like Smile 2 too. I do.
For context,
I do.
For context, at the end of the year, we did. If you haven't seen our vampire bracket, go check that out. These fuckers want to play games.
The real precursor to this podcast was a
yes.
different bracket for
We did a bracket
2024.
And we put all these things together. Don't touch me.
And I hadn't seen Smile
touch me.
2 at the time, and I was not a believer. And then I saw it, and I liked it.
We ranked we put 24 horror movies that we've all seen, or like 2/3 of us have seen, or like even just one of us has seen and felt confident enough to defend. And we put them in a bracket. And
It was a smackdown.
In a Violent
Took us
Nature
a
and
few
Smile
hours,
2
Yeah.
were going
Many
to...
mozzarella sticks were consumed.
Many.
Some pretzels.
It was actually
Many
after
fountains were lost
It was
that
after we
day.
saw Nosferatu.
It was.
But In a Violent Nature and Smile 2 went against each other. And
Oh, was that a...
that's where this all came from. That's why Smile 2 is a joke. Smile 2 is not a joke. I fucking love Smile 2.
So you have said it
It's
on
not a joke. Go
camera
watch Smile
that
2.
Smile 2 is a joke. Just
I
making sure.
did clip the part that happens right after that. You can't just... No.
Smile. I will go on record.
God.
Smile
Hi.
2 is not a fucking joke. Go check
It's
out
not.
Smile.
Hi, I'm Timmy Turner, and
Don, you know
I
it's two.
think Smile 2 is a joke. No. Well, now I'm going to talk about it. So no one take my other one.
Go ahead. You're good.
Smile 2... I'm just gonna go for it.
Go for it.
Smile 2.
I'm sorry I kind of like shoehorned you into it. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It was going to be in there. It's just a matter of when.
If it's not your number 3, it's totally fine.
We're not doing 1, 2, and 3s. We're just doing picks from 2024.
Okay.
Not to steal your thunder,
okay.
but to support you and segue into, because again, I was like a skeptic on this now franchise, which I think might get a 3 because 2 was successful, as was the original, which is hence 2. But I also found 2 to not only be...
Yeah, it was.
I don't think 2 is not only an improvement, but it's kind of funny that it had an overlap with like the whole like trap thing of the year, not trap music so much as Josh Hartnett.
Yeah. The concert venue.
The whole pop star
stadium.
thing.
Yeah.
Got me thinking about like pop star horror movies, which there is a whole like trend of, like which I feel like overlaps very much with like our like Hollywood starlet like thing that we kind of discussed with The Ugly Stepsister in terms of like movies like Starry Eyes, you know, like Pearl, you know, Hollywood hopefuls, you know, young
I will not accept the life I do not deserve.
And turn into monsters. Yes, exactly. So like that's the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean with her it's just full on crash out. Like it's, I mean like, not to be like, you know,
That was very well done. Very substancy.
This is my hot take, but like, but like, from what I saw from like Smile One, it's like how, and like again, you clock it if it's like, Claudia, you're reading too much into it. No. But like Smile One, it was very much like, you know, society is not well equipped to deal with the trauma that people go through and the trauma eats them alive. And then Smile 2 is like, society is not, or like specifically people in like the limelight, if you're not able to like produce of value, what value do you have?
And Lady Gaga's fame monster.
I think that's a smart metaphor for the working class. Right, so that's why I think it actually does work, because I did bump up, and it's in my Letterboxd review, like, oh, my only nitpick is that, like, I don't give a shit about some fucking sad pop star. Oh, I'm sorry, you too wealthy? Fuck off. And like
that Vaz branding, though.
Not to be unsympathetic or unempathetic.
It's not Saratoga, so I'm okay with it.
But I think what you just said kind of nails it on the head in terms of, like, you are not good enough, you do not produce enough, you can never
If you can't produce, what value
enough.
do you have?
Or what value do you have, when you're not serving a system or producing profit specifically. You know what I mean? So like, I thought it worked specifically because of that wider, application or whatever.
Yeah, and like, again, I have to give so much love to a movie that you know how it's going to end. Like, let's be real. It's a smile demon monster entity, and like, people have tried before and they failed, and we see that countless times. There's a montage of like, you see like, you know, you see the tracking of how it was passed, so on, so forth. And like, we know how this works generally, and they still make it innovative. They still make it like enough that like I'm still intrigued. Like,
there was a lot of fresh ideas to it.
So
too.
many, and like,
sorry, who is the lead actress?
Naomi
I
Scott.
kept wanting to call her Riley Starr. Right? That's the character's name.
Or Sky Riley.
Excuse me, Sky Riley.
But yes, Naomi.
But I was gonna say, like, her performance, I think,
spot on.
Owes so much, or rather, the movie owes so much to her performance.
Beautiful work.
She really carried. Like, say what you will about it, and like you, like whatever you can. Can't knock the that was a performance.
The question was who
she worked hard.
Cinematography in that.
Cinematography in that.
Yeah.
And like that, I think deserves mention. Like for working well with the creature design and those effects, like
the practical creature effects.
Practical creature effects, fantastic. So good.
I say that I was like a skeptic of the franchise because the first movie I did not end up enjoying. I thought that the short it was based on was obviously creepy and effective. The trailer was great. The problem was, for me, that the first movie was, like, the trailer was the movie.
Yeah.
You literally saw all the best parts. It only had going for it, because, again, the metaphor for me, the theme was, like, a little on the nose, a little thin, a little on the head. Like, other movies have done it better.
Can we please edit trailers to be better? Please, God.
And
please.
Hey, no, it was a fun trailer. It was a great trailer, but it showed all the ace cards.
Showing us the best
when her
parts.
head swung down and for the window. That was brilliant shot, brilliant, amazing.
Why
don't
would you
put that shit in the trailer?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was literally the best shot of the movie.
You keep that ace. You keep it.
So
you want to shock people.
I thought the first movie was like,
it was okay.
It's part of a trend of people taking clever shorts and stretching them out way too thin without providing enough substance underneath. Among other things, sure.
Yeah.
So, like, again, like, you get that it's a trend, right? You see that is very much
But
a
like you
passion.
tacked on more mass with the second movie.
But
Yes.
not only did they
Yes.
have the pop star vibe that you could, like, do a whole, like, labor, working class thing with, I thought, like, the things that worked well in the original, in terms of, like, the cinematography, the sort of lack of exposition and explanation around the demon, but just enough to understand, like, the rules. Whereas in the first one, I thought it was vague and not the good, like, the bad ambiguous or whatever. In 2, it was focused. You understood, like, that it had consequences in terms of, like, her friend, blah, blah, blah. Like, it just felt sharper and hit harder. So I thought it was a good
polished
improvement.
from what was there. The cinematographer,
up.
though, I just had it here. Charlie Saroff was cinematographer for
Beautiful work. Beautiful work.
It would like, and
I like the creature design, too.
Yeah, I was like,
design was
what is Wet Skies Blue? You know, I'm going to talk about the scene, the hallway scene.
Yeah. Any horror movie that's got fucking that they have time to sit down and do cinematography for, fucking yeah.
It's incredible.
You deserve a nod, man. Like, that's work.
And also, fun fact, there's another Broadway person. This is John Rua, who was Patchy the Pirate on SpongeBob. I'm gonna call you out. I love you. I love SpongeBob. You did incredible work.
For those of you who don't know, Claudio is a theater kid. A
Wow!
theater man.
If you don't
man.
That had a parenthesis derogatory on it.
No. Complimentary, because you are not only a very strong singer, you are also a
stop.
very strong dancer and choreographer.
Stop. Talk about Joe's Letterbox instead.
No,
Would
I will
you,
talk about what you were good at, because that's what you brought me into this movie. You were like, be as mean to this movie as you want while you were defending it. And I haven't seen it yet. And you were like, be as mean as you want. Watch this fucking scene and tell me it's not awesome. And I did.
The
and
scene
it's
in question.
Incredible.
Sky Riley, obviously, is a performer. And she's, as the Smile Monster exists, hallucinations and, like, it appears in different ways. She's alone in her like apartment, I guess you can say, and like it's her backup dancers are there, and then she looks and they're like they without
the trailer as well.
Yeah, without body horror, but it's so much cooler than
It is so much cooler.
That's my favorite part. It showed the trailer, but it's so much better than that, and like in
That's
a
how you
pseudo
properly fucking.
in a
it
pseudo
takes
body
J
horror way.
thing and makes it. It takes the J horror crawling out
Yeah.
of the TV ring.
It's very
Grudge,
much yeah.
and
It's
using that as like a very acrobatic dance, like focus,
Yeah.
very athletic. Like that's like when cheerleaders are like doing wild human period.
It's fun that you should say
Pyramid,
that
not
because in the moments that she
all periods are human.
in the times that it's looking
Pyramid.
back and forth, it like comes from it being long and it gets tall, and you see
like
that
like
take
building
out
on
the
each other.
yeah. So
entire
there's
zombie
literally
way.
people like
It's like
just
World War
pulling
Z,
onto the
but-
wall,
But they're
Oh.
playing or what's the game? Green light, red light. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, red light,
green light.
The minute
Yeah.
you look away, and then that scene of
creepy.
them, it's now just instead of it being
That's
a
Doctor
wave, it's
Who.
a wall.
And
That's
filling,
Doctor Who
filling
with
Weeping
angels.
Angel.
Yes.
Yes.
It's Weeping Angels, but it's like they're filling a fucking hallway that's like 5 foot wide by like fucking 15 foot tall. And they're stacking themselves to fill the fucking doorway.
So like, and then the part that happens right after, it's so fucking cool, is that like she looks away and there's single entities like around her. So like, and it's just silence, pause. The minute she runs, they flood, and like
It's a cool effect.
it's that, and it's cool because like it's like the people that she would trust. It's the people that she works with,
team.
and like everything is like
Her support system.
Yeah, it is drilling home. She
Claudia,
is alone.
Have you watched Climax? Because that's the other like the dancer.
The other dancer
dancer
horror
horror.
movie.
Really want
Yes.
to check that out. Did you also
LSD.
watch either of the Suspirias, the original or
The other horror dance movies.
Oh
So that's what I'm saying. Like I looked into this.
God,
I have a
fucking
letterbox list.
recital
It's those
scene.
moments that like I really just
Go
like
ahead.
cling to, like how terrifying a body's movement, what it can, or its limits to what it
Is
can
that
do.
body?
Oh my god!
Like how do you
yes.
getting
I
demony or bloody?
Suspiria or Smile.
Oh, just anything with that, like yeah.
I don't.
Smile
I wouldn't say body horror necessarily means like morphing and like ripping your arms
Okay.
apart, but like it making something
It made it
horrific
horrific
with
of
your
anatomy.
body.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, with your
Anatomical
anatomy. With that, I mean,
creep. I don't know.
if you like squinted your
Anatomical
eyes,
anomaly.
if you squinted your eyes at the hallway
band
scene,
name.
Butter Museum.
all you
I love
see
alliteration.
is like a center entity, and then just clawing. If you just squint your eyes and look at that, and that's
an amorphic
terrifying.
blob.
And it's just them crawling.
If you wash out that scene, that's a scene from fucking The Thing. Like, that is, like, it could very
I wonder
easily
why
pass.
I would like that movie.
It has a similar, limbs piled on limbs.
No, I think
effect.
that Smile 2, for you, because, like, knowing who you are, what you like, the
I
things
know
that
what
you're
you are.
involved in, like, this is a very quintessential Claudio movie, whether it's 2024 or not. This is a quintessential you movie.
I was just so happy that they like you said, like it polished the algorithm that we already have, made it still fascinating. That like again, you know what's going, but you're still
just from like that writer craft perspective. Like, what is a sequel if not an opportunity to do a little bit better? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they did not squander, in my opinion, their opportunity to kind of step up or just make the most of an opportunity.
Which is, it comes, like, there's
It's
a lot...
no Book of Shadows, but, it's pretty good. Sorry.
Well, like, there's a lot that comes with it, too, especially just being, like, just Smile 2.
Yeah, I mean,
They
the way that they
didn't
ended,
tack anything
You
onto
really don't
it.
even need the original that much.
Yeah, it's like they could have been like
It could have
Smile.
existed as its
They could have been
own.
like Smile and then Smile Part 1. It's like they could have done that. They could have named it fucking anything. With them naming it
Smile Chapter 1.
2, it's like, oh, well, I guess we're just getting more of the same. It's like, no, you're not, though. You're actually getting more because we're so desensitized to like that and one more.
Yeah, and the way that they ended it, like I love, because it can either be, and I'm fine either way it goes. It can either be a nice bow that ends it, or they left it so that they
Every
can do
single fucking
they
person.
can do whatever the fuck they want
Yeah.
with how they ended it, and I'm happy either way.
Also,
I do
shout out
appreciate
our
a wild
homeboy.
curse, like a hex that like
A global curse?
you don't get to really defeat or contain. It's just gonna move on.
It's just gonna go.
like that kind of callousness is
It's
so
that
cool.
fight against fate type of deal too that I really like. It's similar to like Drag Me to Hell or like really like any like fucking like Greek tragedy. It's like you can fight against it all you want. At the end
Here
of
we
the day,
go.
you're gonna get fucking smited
Harkening
by
back to like
Final
the
Destination.
classics.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like we're going back to like Greek tragedies now, like in discussing like our like genre horror stuff. Like I love that you can make those connections and it's legit. Like that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, Smile 2. I was gonna hold it a little later, but
No, I feel like out the gate,
I was gonna
you-
say
yeah.
no meme, no shade to that. You didn't like
It's
you know.
not
Okay,
number
wait,
3
wait,
by
wait.
you
any
didn't
standard.
force me into it. That was going to be something I was going to bring up because
Let me
I.
get philosophical. But no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No, go for it. What?
No, because I'm going to try to segue.
Oh, but
Can
yeah,
I? No.
I love it. It's amazing. It is on MGM Plus and Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Go see it.
Go check it out.
I kind of
And-
hate Paramount, but that's another podcast.
Oh no, is it?
Yeah.
Well, no, just for
Other
whatever.
reasons, yeah.
Just for
No.
paying off King Bitch. Just whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, dude, fuck them. Stream whatever you can wherever you can.
Fuck it. Pirate it. I'm not.
There's no
I'm not the
ethical
cops,
consumption,
man.
it's fine.
I'm not gonna
For
tell you
sure.
what to do. Pirate that shit. But pay the people who made it the right amount.
Buy their T-shirt, whatever.
Buy a T-shirt. You know?
I was gonna ask, you guys mind if I get like philosophical with it?
I'm ready when you
Are
are.
you gonna get metaphorical for
I
your
was
number
gonna,
3?
get on top of the classic Zen koan about, if a one-hand clapping makes any noise, or whether, a tree falling in the woods with no one there to hear it makes any noise. Like, if you're a performer, much like our Claudio, a lovely stage performer that does amazing things with dance.
stop.
And as much as there is like a dance subgenre of horror and a rock star subgenre of horror and plenty of like writer horror subgenres.
Did you just call me a rock star?
I don't know where our theme music came from. But there are... I'm just saying that there's a corner of horror for everyone.
Oh
There
boy.
is.
But I was going to say, philosophically, if you don't have an audience, what kind of performer are you? Or if you have an audience of one, does that count in the same way that, whatever, Madison Square Garden or whatever, where do you draw a line? Does
Is
that
it
matter?
bad that I still don't know where he's going with it?
I love that. I think
I am going somewhere.
I
Don't get
think
me
I
wrong.
know
do.
you are.
And
No,
this
no, I
edge,
know you
this
are.
edge is immaculate.
What kind of killer would I be? Patient. Ask your question, bitch.
What?
Is there a difference between like an audience of one versus a huge stadium or a global live audience, or as a performer?
Oh, that's an actual question to me. No, it doesn't matter if there's one person on, it's 100 people, you put on the same show you would anytime.
What if you're unwilling?
Always perform to the bleachers.
What if you're always play to the cheap seats?
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I'm doing. No. But
You got me cheap?
what if you're performing against your will?
Help.
So, I don't want you to get red in the face. But my pick for one of the best 2024 movies that doesn't get enough attention is something I think I've mentioned here before, but I'm going to get deeper into it now, is the French-Canadian movie Red Rooms.
Yup.
I'm pulling it up now so I can properly credit all those that deserve the recognition. But
Nice.
I knew this one was coming.
King of the segue. I'm gonna buy him one.
Les Chambres Rouges. Technically in 2023, but directed by Pascal Plante, just under 2 hours. And I saw it last year, I think on Shudder. Yeah,
I
Shudder.
believe it's still streaming on Shudder.
Still, yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I think it is an exclusive streaming right there. But
Thank you, Shudder.
so this is the best, the best bloodless serial killer movie I've ever seen. It is definitely the most timely of a genre that has only really existed for the last few years, that has not been done very well very often, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because it's just a bit kitsch and very much not hardcore horror. But if anyone's ever seen
Kitsch is good though.
well, has anyone ever seen the Steve Martin and Martin Short series Only Murders in the Building? The Hulu series.
Kitsch is good.
It's cute. It's very cute. My family and my wife and I, we've all enjoyed many seasons of it. We enjoy the work of Steve Martin and Martin Short. But it revolves around true crime podcasters. Red Rooms follows not only the nature of true crime podcasting, and also just following going back to the days of literally the Crime Network. I know I'm not the only one whose mom was glued to the television during certain scandalous criminal trials in the 90s, and
My mother is hopelessly addicted to CSI. Mom, I know. That's why I love you.
So same. I told you, I grew up watching Law & Order for reasons. There's a huge audience for this, and whatever. It's been already bandied about, so I'm not going to get into the whole true crime craze thing, or the true crime podcast, or true murder, blah, 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 whatever. We all get that it's there. But Red
True
Rooms...
crime's sick.
Was it?
True crime is sick. We fuck with it.
I was going to say, whatever. Yeah, we're all on board. You don't have to tell me I'm on. But Red Rooms is awesome because it gets into that and uses it to play with perspective, where you kind of just it's unreliable narrator stuff, and it is a slower burn. It is a quiet movie. I wouldn't say uneventful. I can't say boring. I was goddamn glued to the edge of my seat the entire time. I was so tense. And I still haven't seen Good Time or Uncut Gems, because even though I know I need to get into the Safdie brothers, I've been told it's too good, and I don't feel like having a 2-hour panic attack. But this has
I take
that
medication to avoid such things.
This movie has that same quality, but in the comfort zone of freaks like me that had found comfort in dark corners of basements, in front of computer screens. This is going to be a good movie for people who also enjoyed not just I saw the TV Glow, but we're all going to the World's Fair, and maybe movies not necessarily Host, which I love, from 2020, because that's just more supernatural ghost seance-y fun stuff, but Missing, no, not Missing. What was the one with John Cho where he's tracking his missing daughter, but it's completely online?
Was that not? No, there was
Unfriended. No, that's a different one. But Unfriended is that screen concept, whatever. There's a lot of, this is not like that, but this is a very web-based, if you're someone who feels more comfortable alone on the internet at 2 a.m, if you're someone who sacrifices,
Wow, deep cut, right?
I'm not anyone that's ever been on the dark web or whatever.
Dark web. Searching.
I'm not a tech person at all. We've all come from either the punk scene, or theater kids, or horror movie lovers.
Theater's punk as fuck. You can
It
quote
all
me on
is.
that.
It all is. That's what I'm saying. There's so much overlap to all the weird dark others in the world, and some of us are serial killers, but most of us are just people with anxiety.
Yeah.
Most of us are people with anxiety. I don't know, a small percentage.
He's generalizing.
Definitely just 1 out of 3. But no, I'm just saying that there is so much overlap. between the folks
That's
that
the screenshot
can
right there.
there's so much overlap between the folks that can appreciate like being in those dark, mysterious corners, which I highlight specifically not just for like the generalization that is like overwrought, but like because this movie plays with you don't know who is involved and to what degree with internet red rooms, which is a real thing that I think there's like some real garbage, like straight to video borderline exploitation movie called Red Room singular out there. But Red Rooms is really, really great and worth checking out, and about like these real life dark web red rooms, which are essentially like the new venues for like snuff films. And so Red Rooms, this movie that I'm talking about, follows this woman and her like friend as they are essentially tracking a criminal case about a serial killer or whatever that has video evidence through these red rooms online.
Did they have a podcast called Live, Laugh, Slaughter?
It's not. I think I can't remember exactly how podcasting gets involved, or the true crime of it all. But essentially, you watch this woman slowly go from like more reserved, like straight woman, like straight man, to like the more crazed, like fringe, to like where you're not even sure. Like, is she a journalist? Is she an undercover cop?
Is she
too
a far
witness?
undercover?
Like, what's your stake in?
Is she a former victim?
Yeah.
Because, like, she had, I'm not spoiling too much, but, like, she gets deep into it. She has insider knowledge. And whatever. It's a slow reveal where eventually you're like, oh, is she this or is she this? And, like, I feel like I'm already giving too much away, but it doesn't matter because it's the execution. It's how it's unfolding that matters.
Experience it is what he's saying.
Just, it is, I'm just risking overselling it, but, like, I want people to check it out because if you are a true crime head, if you're a serial killer head, if you're a horror head, if you're into tech stuff, if you're into Pulse, the Akira Kurosawa movie, you know what I mean? Like,
we talk about Pulse, like, once a week, I swear to God. I feel like within, like, the last,
well, he's got a new one out, Cloud.
Yeah, like, even within just, like, the last couple, like, episodes, we've talked about Pulse, like, multiple times.
I don't think it's streaming anywhere either, but anyway.
Yeah.
Red Rooms was amazing. The performances are fucking unparalleled. The writing is killer. Like, it's unlike anything you've seen. So that's why you need to go check it out.
Something different, something new, something fresh.
Something blue.
Ooh.
It's called Red Rooms. God damn it. You don't listen to me.
Anything to add on that, Claudio?
No, that's a movie that I know has been on my queue for a very long time, and I just enjoyed hearing Joe talk about it because it is something I was interested in like, primarily, and then always hearing him like bring it up always. But no, for a good reason because like every review I've heard has been Canadian. Wonderful.
His reaction to it makes me excited to watch it.
Absolutely,
because it is on my queue. I have not seen it yet, and I'm very excited to check it out.
And it's not obvious. Like, I'm a serial killer guy. I enjoy the silence and long legs and stuff. Like, that's my jam. Like, me and my wife watched Criminal Minds marathons to relax. Like, we are those trash people. So,
not like, trash, golden people.
Pulpy folks who know how to have a good time.
Golden people. Nikki, you're a golden goddess.
I'm a 5-star man.
You found yourself.
But so if you find yourself kind of relating to some of that, if not all of this, definitely please check out Red Rooms.
So I guess that comes around to number 2, and I'm gonna swap one of my choices just to keep with the theme here because the idea of not knowing whether or not you are the victim or the killer or what is happening.
I love that. Like, I know it's a trope, but
and there's also like a beautiful black and red cover to the poster,
much like Red Rooms.
I wonder what
I'm gonna have to go with Strange Darling.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Strange Darling was. It's not surprising to me that we've taken 53 minutes and 40 seconds to get to Kyle Gallner. God damn it, call us.
The man.
Who was also in Smile 2.
Who was also in Smile 2. He also appeared in Smile 1.
My man.
He was.
My man showed up in Red Eye, the 2005 Cillian Murphy, Rachel McAdams thriller from Wes Craven.
And Jennifer's Body.
He doesn't even have a name!
Just, you know what, guess what? This is the Kyle Gallner episode now.
It was awesome to see him pop up for like 2 lines.
We're so excited to check out the new movie that he's filming right now. Like, I have just been like, I love what this guy is doing right now. His acting is very good. Aside. It's very accessible. And he is just very fucking raw.
We've already kind of previewed in our supplemental online Instagram materials our Scream Kings, right? Because we all know and love our Scream Queens, and we're going to give them all their flowers. But, like, we've been trying to just, as, like, a podcast downstairs little project, define a Scream King for us, how we want to understand them, whether or not they are also final guys.
Yes.
Or if they are the killers, or if they are just, like, as I recently described and really obviously found very amusing to myself.
What was it?
David Dalsmalchian, the mayor of Halloween Town. Move over, Jack Skellington. There's a new dude in town, and he's got a better wardrobe, and he is the fucking absolute diplomat of all things horror these days. It's amazing to see him as just like the talking head and like talk show host extraordinaire. Did you see the dude? Did you see the casket interview thing?
Yes.
Yeah, Grave Conversations.
Grave Conversations. Go check that out. Shout out Grave Conversations. He's
on Shutter's Greatest with
he has
Katie
some really
Siegel.
great.
Like,
you know why he does Grave Conversations?
Because he does doing the Lord's work. But
No, because David Dalsmalchian is actually a spokesperson and a
For
sales
Graves?
rep for a fucking coffin
Why
company.
wouldn't he be? That's just
Because
smart
that is
synergy.
The most goth man in the world.
That's what I'm saying. He like, but like, it is calculated and it's earnest and it's honest. You know what I mean? Like, he comes by it honestly. Like, this is shit he loves, and like, he's been popping up as like one of our favorite character actors since The Dark Knight, and probably
I
before
love
that.
we're
but like,
loving goofy goths. I love
loving,
that we're
supportive, inclusive.
Yes.
Goofy guys.
Like you like as one myself, I love that there's representation for goths that aren't dark and brooding all the time and are a little silly, funny, haha.
Not a monolith. Come on.
We can do a little different. But yes, our boy,
know how to partay.
Our homie from the East Coast, Kyle Gallner,
Yes.
starring in Strange Darling, a movie that I knew nothing about going into.
Yeah,
and
that like popped up out of nowhere.
was I'm gonna use a $50 word here that I don't know if I'm using it correctly. I was flummoxed by watching this fucking movie.
Good flummox. Complimentary.
Yes. I had no idea what to expect.
Will Fitzgerald, the other lead, was also just like
my God,
blows
so
you out of the water.
incredible.
And I wanted to only mention not only because like obviously the other lead, but like this is a movie based on like two people, like cat and mousing, and like I'm glad that we like are showcasing our like love for Kyle Gallner because like we think he's worth he's a heavyweight. He's someone to go toe to toe with on the screen, especially in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, that is his bread and butter. And Will Fitzgerald just fucking is not also like bringing plenty of like class and resume to the fight, but like
Oh my God, yes.
it's just awesome that like to see anyone go full commitment to something very pulpy or genre-y or silly even. Like I got home last night from I know you did last time. You know what movie I watched because it was on Sci-Fi at like midnight or whatever?
What?
Legion.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Legion?
I said your fucking baby's gonna burn.
And when the lady from Private Practice and Grey's Anatomy, that tall lady with the red hair, she's a lady who's an actress. Man, when she stole that baby to go sacrifice to the angel horde in the middle of that diner or whatever the frick, like, she committed. And I was like, yo, I love an actor who's not afraid to go slumming it and, like, commit, though.
Yes.
Like, I was like, look at that performance. Look at those tears. Look, like, she's screaming. Like, that is, like, she's not half-assing it. Again,
and that's exactly what we got from Strange Darling.
From
every
Gallner,
actor
from literally
involved.
everyone in the...
Yes, whether it's Kyle Gallner, whether it's the female lead, whether it's the two older the older couple
The
that was
couple
in
we meet
it.
later
Ed
on.
Begley Jr., one of my favorite people.
And it's like
And Barbara Hershey, who
It
is
does
very
not
famous.
matter. The moment that any singular character was on screen for this movie, that it was their time. It was their fucking moment, and they commanded the fucking scene. I have to give Strange Darling such fucking props for having me on the edge of my seat, not knowing what's going to happen, feeling uncomfortable, and feeling ready to see it out.
So, like
So
another...
often you can lean. Well, sorry.
No.
So often you can lean so far that you feel uncomfortable, and the audience checks out. It's like, I don't know what's happening. I'm scared, and I don't want to go any further. This left enough of meat on the bone for you to be like, I want to see what's on the other side. Oh God! And boy, just fucking stick it out.
I'm going to say two things about this, and then like I'll let it pass on, then we can move on. One thing I was going to say is that very similar to another thing that I might mention next is that this is a movie that I think, despite amazing performances and crazy cinematography, like just all levels, just
lighting was beautiful, by the way.
The tension. This is what I'm saying. The writing, the tension, the structure. This is one of those movies that has, and I'm not giving anything away, I don't think, like, chapter title cards, like chapter structure, explicit chapter headings.
It was advertised in what, in 6 chapters or something like that?
I believe so.
And it's out of order, out of order,
well,
out of order, out of order.
Let's not give too much away, but like this is a writer's movie.
Yes.
Written and directed by J.T. Muller, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
I believe it's he. It's such a clever structure. Like that's what struck me the most. Like because, again, not dissimilar to Red Rooms, you're questioning who's who and what's what, and to the point that brings me to number 2. I was watching this with my wife, and like it got to a point where like it was there's some very uncomfortable and like you could trigger warning, like some like just fun sex play stuff, and like you don't know where it's going, and like if you're watching, you know that you can kind of get a hint of the context, and you're not feeling too uncomfortable. But like if you're kind of just watching the scene, you're like, oh shit, like what is this? I don't think I enjoy. And this is it like kind of flirted with stuff that I don't normally enjoy. But I was struck because, and not to call out my loved ones, but like my wife was like, I'm not enjoying this in the background. I'm going to go put my headphones on and leave the room. I was like, all right, yeah, I'm sorry. Literally seconds later, the scene pivoted. Yes. And I just like, am not trying to call out my wife, but I'm giving credit to the movie for being so in tune with what I think most audiences would kind of consider like their wall, and then knowing when to kind of like turn and be like, no, but it's okay, but hey.
Which brings me to one of my points about this movie that I loved so much is that it delves into kink. It delves into kink in a way that it shows you something that you might be uncomfortable with.
Or like
there
it'll
is
just
a
hit
scene,
on things, like even
or
if,
it's hitting on a subject or something of that sort, and then just as Joe said, like just as soon as it gets to a point that you're like, I'm kind of out of this, it pivots in a way that it's like, oh shit, there's a discussion.
Yeah.
There is a sharing of consent.
There is an immediate stop.
Yes, I mean the movie's been out for like. Just about a year now.
Yeah. I was on that part of like the thing where like
2024. Well, I mean, I was checking to see what the date was.
Yeah, but it was in 2024 because I remember that was part of like the
August 23rd.
The bracket movies I was like watching in rapid succession to like keep up, and that scene like. I knew less than you did.
Yeah.
So when I went into
I didn't know fucking shit about it.
I was like...
I knew Kyle was in it, and I was like, I'm in.
I was very much like, oh my... I was like starting to like do one of these things.
Shout out Dinner in America.
And then that happened, I'm like, oh, this is a game. And then, this is... game?
And it's like, so much of it was like left open too.
Maybe we should be like, I feel bad because like we've gone so long, but like, so the premise of Strange Darling is like 2 people hook up, you eventually quickly understand like, oh, this is kind of like an internet thing, and then they start getting to some like BDSM stuff, and like you don't know where the lines are, and yada yada yada. Also, killers on the loose, and like that is like all you kind of really need for the premise. But I'm sorry, I felt bad that we didn't have.
We've been dancing around.
We didn't have that context for what the characters are doing, despite praising the performances and the writing.
And it only like heightens that like you don't know what's happening with like the title card intro of like how the movie opens,
the subtitles, the headings of the chapters,
the lady, the demon.
That's what
it's
I mean.
like I don't know what the fuck is going on with this.
It feels writerly because you know there's intention. You know that there's like, oh, who's the demon? Who's the lady? Who's the whatever?
Like I have to pay attention to.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to get at. It forces you to pay attention, not in a burdensome way, but in a way that's like
rewarding.
This is going to be the thought in the back of your head.
This is not a. You're not sitting on your ass. Like you're not falling asleep. Like we're doing this.
I genuinely believe like
that's what an awesome movie does.
There will be a point in which watching this movie, you might have the impulse of being like, "This might be too much for me. This is wrong. This is bad." I guarantee you, please stick it out. Watch the rest of the movie because it does play out in a fashion that will make sense.
Like one moment of that, like, and then you're like, once you're past that, like, it's not like pushing things the way that like Martyrs will like kind of push you.
It doesn't push bounds because it does bounce back to a point in which there is a conversation that is had, and conversations are fucking important.
Consent is sexy.
That is right.
But there's also like a clear like track and groove, and like you're not just flying at the seat of your pants like madness. madness. And like
Right.
you're left wondering edge of your seat, ooh, what's gonna happen next? But you're not like, is this just random madness bullshit? Like it's not one of those
Madness for the
multi-
sake of.
It's not one of those exploitation type movies. Like it does just play with it in like
Yeah.
the most clever, tasteful, clever ways.
Strange Darling was a fucking good movie for 2024.
I don't know what your next
Claudio?
pick's gonna be.
Yo, it's so funny.
Smile 2 was not obvious.
It's
but
Smile 2.
I could have bet money.
Y'all were
Smile 2 again.
Good about throwing like $10 on Smile 2. I don't know what you're gonna pick.
so like. There's a few movies that we haven't talked about.
Lake Mungo Part 1.
I have an idea.
Oh my God!
I'm kidding.
But just know,
Part
Lake,
Zero, the
if Lake Mungo was in 2024, I'd be like, guys, you got to hear about this great movie.
Hear me?
So there were 3 movies that like I rotated around a lot. They're like, these are like my big 3 of 2024. And after much saturating and like sitting with them and holding space with them, and just like which ones do I still actively think about? There's no doubt what my 2 and 1 thoughts are, but for 2, I'm going to go with The Substance.
Ooh. Soundtrack of the goddamn year.
You gotta
right
pump
there.
it up. Don't you know? Pump it up.
Oh, my name's Sue.
Like,
Cue the pink. Pink.
It is pink.
yeah.
That's what I was.
And remember,
really
take
well.
care of yourself.
Yes.
Ah,
Chicken wing.
God, so many things, so many neat things, so many like just a little smooch on the forehead references, like so much Shining, so much Shining,
So much Shining. So much. There was Psycho in there.
so much. Oh yeah, so much Psych. It's Demi Moore. I cannot talk to us enough about Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, but I'm going to talk about Demi
Love
Moore.
both of them so much.
They were both brilliant.
I don't want to give Dennis Quaid too much credit because he just did that Reagan movie. So
I was
like,
literally-
fuck Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
But again, I just watched Legion, so like, hey Dennis Quaid.
But also, like, I will give...
I remember Frequency.
I'll give
Right,
props to
yeah.
Dennis Quaid for portraying a
gross shrimp eater?
male
Ruining shrimp
stereotype
eaters?
eating shrimp, yeah.
Man, I wonder how hard he had to work.
Sometimes
to-
dudes just like going to the Outback and don't need Dennis Quaid blowing up my spot.
The best part is that he stuck her with the bill after all that.
Oh yeah.
It was just like,
Like-
wow, you are a piece of shit.
But like, again, in my comfort zone of things is body horror, and like
I think that's where you're comfortable.
Comfort zone, yeah.
my comfort zone of horror. Yeah, this
Your
is my
comfort zone is body horror and dead siblings.
Mostly just like spinal fluid.
Damn, that's
It's
tea.
really kind of fucked up.
Damn.
You're like,
Anyway, I can't wait to watch together.
I love Bring Her Back.
Yeah. But yeah, just so many interesting things, and just like,
Wait, that movie didn't happen yet. It's still 2024.
oh yeah, I don't know what that movie is yet.
We're the Philippou brothers.
But yes, so many just interesting things and so many concepts, and just like I love a woman's narrative from a woman's perspective.
Absolutely.
And like it is obvious commentary, that's not even the
Hyperbole?
word. High hyperbole and like the body standards of the industry, or just being a woman in the world. And like it's heartbreaking because like it's not a happy ending. She's smiling at the end, but is she like so for people who may not know, Substance,
Nice and ironic, very appropriately.
yes,
I thought.
we end where we begin.
that good
Yes.
poetic license.
Yes,
The goop.
for people
Always to only ever be followed by a death metal bloodbath.
for sure.
metal
Sorry,
Bloodbath is my
blood
favorite.
geyser.
Yeah.
Blood
It's not a
geyser.
bath. I shouldn't.
Axe fight.
God, that's embarrassing.
Axe fight. Blood shower.
It was such a great, but that's what I mean. It's like it's so over the top, but I'm just like,
it.
yeah, it was great. But for people who may not have seen the or heard of the Substance, firstly, come out from under the rock. It's okay. There's some light down here. Secondly, it's about Demi Moore's character. She is a fitness instructor.
Fading starlet?
Yeah, she's a fading starlet. She's fading into obscurity. She's given the opportunity to create a newer, better her, and what comes with that, you whisper a little bit of Dorian Gray in there. You whisper like just so much.
But remember,
So much Dorian Gray.
you are
Hold on.
one.
You are one.
Ooh, I love that.
Or my fear is like
The
she just has
voice
her-
on the other end of the phone was like such an awesome like non-character character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying he because it sounded very masculine.
There is no you two.
But no,
it's only
that
one.
motherfucker
That's a
had so much sass.
Sassy bitch.
He
Like
did.
He could not wait to tell her what the fuck was
the
up.
balance just
That
needs
was
to be
camp.
respected. Then respect it. Click.
Yeah,
That was camp.
that was
That was
fucking
like
camp.
attitude.
I was like,
That was fucking camp. You know
But-
what else was camp? She's like making a chicken.
oh yeah. It was like your dream. But like that's
Bullshit.
That's some of the heartbreaking things because like that's her.
Yes.
She is like, and it's just.
It touched on like a lot of things like
Not to be a man.
self-image. It touched on it kind of touched on a little bit of like mental health a little bit as well.
absolutely.
Because it's like how Hollywood starlets are being forced into being
Used,
a certain
abused,
way.
thrown away,
Yeah.
looking for the
Like-
next star.
So again, I don't think anyone has like a lack of coverage on the substance, but like I will say that in addition to the picture of Dorian Gray, right, you get a lot of possession, right?
Yes.
Johnny's freak out, great 1981 moment. You also have like the whole like Hunger Games of it all in terms of like Caesar Flickerman's, look at how gorgeous they are. Dig into the purple hair and the extra eyelids and the whatever other
Extra.
That's what I'm saying. There were
She's got so many eyelids.
There's a cat lady in that
I was
franchise.
gonna say I'm crying because I knew exactly
Yeah.
who we were
There
talking
is
about.
a lot
there
to
was
be
a
said
point
for the body
in
modification.
The substance when she did have too many eyelids.
Look, I'm sorry, I do teach Hunger Games, but like I do really respect the whole like aspect of that story where, and not like trying to call out body modification as a negative, but like in terms of like, again, like the Roman Empire of it all, in terms of like, well, you were so fucking rich and wealthy, all you know how to do now is like
I believe it was David
chop
Fincher
yourself up
who
in a
once
way.
said that self-improvement is masturbation.
Thank you for quoting another one of our saints, one of our totems.
Patron saint.
But like,
just-
but again, like, well, hold on, wait. So
Yeah,
like,
go.
you also
Keep
have
thinking.
things like, Freaky Friday, an older
Yeah.
and younger woman trading places, right? You have Fight Club, you have The Thing, you have Carrie, you have The Visit in terms of like a movie that's about fearing age, also old, another Shyamalan movie. You have Requiem for a Dream, just in terms of body horror and like injection horror.
And also, there's
vein
there's always
horror.
something grass is greener type deal.
It's very much an American competition, fuck you, capitalist movie in terms of like, oh God, what does Shooter McGavin say? Oh God, I love this
I
movie.
eat pieces of shit like you for
Ah,
breakfast.
no. We got a winner. We got a winner.
We
Ellen
got a
Bernstein,
winner.
fucking breaking my heart in 2001. But you also have
You eat
like
pieces of shit for breakfast? No.
you have the Kubrick of it all, not just in terms of like the exaggerated angles and hallways of like The Shining, but also of course like 2001.
The
Space
callbacks
Odyssey.
with directly the fucking carpeting in the hallway of that movie as well.
Always.
There's Cronenberg.
I was gonna say Cronenberg's
for sure.
For not, but specific. I mean, of course, the body horror, right?
Both,
but I was thinking
both Cronenberg's. Both.
not only The Fly, not only Dead Ringers, because that's very like femme.
Say it.
Not only Rabid, because that's also specifically feminine in terms of like using sex as a weapon. But obviously, Brandon Cronenberg's Possessor.
Possessor. Also,
You're switching bodies.
Infinity Pool.
And very much Infinity Pool in terms
If you
of
haven't checked out
clones and
Infinity Pool,
copies.
go check out Infinity Pool. That movie's fucking weird.
I do have a pretty
It's
fun
great.
doubles and multiples list on my letterbox, but so I had that list of all the substance shit that like it really, it's the difference between being derivative in terms of just like pastiching whatever fucking bullshit that technically makes sense, but there's no heart in it, versus like paying homage and like
Yeah.
really giving due respect to like where you're pulling
And the
from and doing it
substance
proud.
was fucking giving. I'll say that. Like it was that the movie fucked.
It would like again. It's something that I still think about. It's like, and like there's so many iconic scenes, and we want to talk about like syringe horror. Like, enough said. Enough
Yeah.
said. Go watch the movie to see what we're talking about. It's streaming
I
on.
don't get like
Streaming on
grossed
Movie.
out by
and
a
if
lot, but,
you
like,
are
there
a
is some-
Ghostbusters kid, you will recognize the ectoplasm.
And just
the activator. Oh, if you're a Reanimator fan, check out the substance.
There you go.
I just love Demi Moore. It's so heartbreaking.
It is.
Like when she was.
Hey, nothing was stolen. She nominated. That's still
no.
plenty to be proud of.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, can we talk-
sorry.
can we talk
No,
about
no,
that,
no.
though?
We're not trying to
beat up
This
on
movie
any
was so
Mikeys or
fucking
Madisons.
good.
No. We're not going to downplay a woman to uplift a woman.
Yeah.
But like,
But
her
this movie
performance was so.
fucking good. It made it to the fucking Oscars.
And like,
which doesn't happen for horror, let alone body horror.
and that was,
And we got 2 fucking horror nods last year.
we got Substance, we got Nosferatu,
Yeah.
we got Romulus.
We did get Romulus. Fuck yeah. That's so 3.
Yeah, so
Suck it.
very happy, but like just beautiful work from Margaret and Demi playing 2 sides of the same tragic coin, and oh my god, just I saw that in a
Disgustingly
solo
beautifully
theater.
done, yes.
And it was wonderful. I thank you.
It's if I could quote one of your friends actually, the Substance made me feel as disgusting watching it as a woman is meant to feel
Experiencing
in the
it.
world.
just being a woman.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's always stuck with me. You told me that before watching the movie, and I watched the movie and went, nope, that's exactly it. I feel fucking horrendous watching this movie. And there's something to be said about having a reaction like that to a movie.
yeah,
Well done, guys.
beautiful, beautiful work.
I did not expect you to pick The Substance. I know there was something else on your mind.
Yeah, there
But
is.
I'll let you enjoy that because
Let's-
I am trying to work on rebranding myself, folks.
Oh,
There's a
man.
terrible set of lies following me
It's a PR nightmare.
that I don't appreciate foreign film. And I am therefore...
I know exactly what he's gonna pick. There's slander. There's
I am
lies, libel,
therefore
and slander
going
against
to-
Joe's name.
bury this libel, this slander, anyway. My second pick is what I alluded to when we were talking about Strange Darling in terms of a script and story that has the like chapter structure and like subheading
I'm
feature.
already typing it. I already know what it is.
Exuma.
Eczema. Yeah, it's eczema.
That is EXHUMA. Yet another 2024 foreign horror feature that I found and enjoyed because of Shudder.
So dry and itchy.
You need to Exuma sometime. But no, Exuma was actually something I was found or told to, something that was recommended to me and many others by Kit Laser, which is not his real name, obviously, but a great movie critic, reviewer, whatever.
Plug.
Social media, TikTok person, but whatever. He's just he's a lover of film. He's an awesome movie guy, and definitely someone who understands
Thank
the
you,
high and the
Kit
low overlap and the prestigious junk food analogy that I always bandy about. But he's awesome. He's a really good guy. And
you, Kit
he
Laser.
recommended Exuma as something that hewed very closely to season 1 of True Detective, which is why I was like, you now have my attention. And when it appeared then on Shudder, I was like, say no more. Like, gimme. So yes, this is, I believe, a Korean film directed in 2024 by Jang Jae-hyun. It is a bit longer. It's like a little over 2 hours. Is meaty. It's substantial. Like, you do have to pay attention. This is a subtitle movie that you are gonna be rereading the movie. It does not.
It's the only
skim.
way to make me read, actually, is putting on like a foreign film.
And what a great way to not only like literally practice your reading skills, but like a little bit of foreign language stuff.
It kind of helps like sell the movie and keep it stuck in your brain a little bit.
I was going to
further.
say, despite being a little bit dense in terms of mythology, lore, religion, ritual, history, like war stuff, a little bit of political stuff, like a little bit of like knowing how money families work and like all that type of stuff, and like reading between the lines with geomancy, like not necromancy, but geographical, like kind of a large scale feng shui. Is something that this one like
That's a cool term. I want to use that in D&D now.
There's a more-
like geomancy, like being able to like move the earth.
I think they have a different name for it that I'm just forgetting.
mountains.
But again, to get it out of the way, the premise of this movie is that like two like not exorcists, but and again, I'm kind of like fucking up the terminology. I don't want to be disrespectful to like the various religious cultures, but like you essentially have like a undertaker, like a geomancer, and then these two brother sister like adult spiritualists, shaman, I guess would be like the better word. But like together essentially this like team of four, this core four, is sucked into like this like multi-generational, what starts as like a money political family that becomes like a deep history generational like political war horror commentary on imperialism, demon exorcism story. Like, it sounds horrible to try to like describe it in that way, but like it is all these things blended so well.
It's a deep movie, yeah.
It plays with noir. It plays with exorcism. It starts with like, ooh, okay, these 4 people are kind of hired to take care of this one family's like burial, like, grandpa's getting buried, so they want to clear the space or whatever. But they have money and
Just
whatever.
Throw them in the trash.
They pick a specific site. The site has history. The history points to Japanese, Korean, imperial war stuff. So that's the political stuff that I'm getting into, and like that feeds into like a political conspiracy where like this like Korean turncoat was pretending to be Japanese and used demonology to cover up a thing, both figuratively and literally. And to like give any more away is kind of getting into spoiler territory. But if you're afraid that there isn't a giant samurai zombie monster at the end of this nightmare, you're fucking wrong.
Oh, baby.
And like, if you haven't been lost by my dense, long-winded
You're going to be
description,
eating like Dennis Quaid in The Substance.
that's what I'm saying. This is a movie that rewards the work. And like, not that it's homework or arduous, like, you're going to be carried through with good momentum, but like,
That
you're going
feels
to be...
so good when you're watching a movie, though. Like, when it's like, when there is that payoff. Because, like, you sit through a longer movie and there's no payoff. You're like, it's fucking 2.5 hours
I get
wasted.
so angry when I'm like, I paid attention and this is what you serve me. This one will give you like exorcism thrill rides. This will give you noir thrill rides. This will give you like religious contemplation stuff. Like, it's just, it does so much so well. And if you are not convinced already, understand that it's even got like heart. Like, you will cry at the found family that is forged in the horrors of what goes on. Like, it's amazing.
Like,
and
I
it's
love
not
a
to be
crescendo
ignored.
ending. I love a crescendo ending.
And if it tries your patience and it's not good enough, let me know. But like, I'd put money down that this is something that if you're willing to put the attention into, you will be rewarded.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And I think with you saying that is like, it's so brave.
3 hours passed. I blacked out.
It's so brave. It's so brave of you. I don't think in any capacity that you speaking about that is crazy in any sort of form or anything. It's not like you were speaking German or anything to me about this movie.
Auf Wiedersehen!
Which leads
With that-
me to learning about the next movie on my list, which is not Dan Stevens doing a bad German impression in the movie Cuckoo.
I'm so glad that I'm
I
calling
love
these.
Cuckoo. I love Cuckoo. Cuckoo was so fun.
I love Cuckoo. We saw Cuckoo.
Yes, we
That
we
shit
saw
was
Cuckoo
a
in theaters. And
was a
Cuckoo
ride.
Was I went into
You just stole your. That's why I'm like drawing the floor. You just stole
yeah. No, he's got
gonna
another
take
one. He's got another one.
I'm sorry. Keep
Oh
going.
yeah, I
'cause,
got.
He's got a list.
We
just
all
going-
have, we
I'm
have
going-
backups on backups. This is 2024. This is one of the best horror years, one of the best genre years
Honestly,
since 2017.
just, yeah.
I could close
Pick the
my
fucking
eyes
year and pick a movie.
pick a name out of a hat, and
So
be like, oh,
low jaw on the floor. but-
Most of them are good. No, like, genuinely, most of them are good this year. I
was a
just
great year.
really, I had so much fun seeing Cuckoo live, live in
No, in the theater. Yeah, no, that was one of the most
You were
exciting
there.
things
I
that
was
we were
going
hyped on,
crazy
but
in
knew
Germany.
so little about.
Oh God! All of these are going to make a lot of sense to anybody that's actually seen Cuckoo. Anybody that hasn't, we're just making noises.
You look like a bird.
No, Cuckoo was so cool. It was so much fun. Like, I remember seeing the trailer for it. I think back when we had seen Late Night with the Devil. I think
Yeah,
as far back as that. Something,
no, 'cause that
something
was still
early.
late night was Q1, so that was like what, January?
That was
February?
late 23, early 24, but I think it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like we had seen it like a good couple months ahead of time for the trailer, and it was like
Great
the trailer. You guys nailed it on the trailer.
That shadow shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had no idea what
the
to expect
bike-
from it,
the
and it
bike
was like going into
That-
the movie.
can I wait?
Go cold into this movie.
Can we wait? Can we isolate on that moment? Because that shot.
The bike scene?
If you remember the trailer for Cuckoo, and if you haven't seen it, like stop, pause, go online, YouTube, just the trailer for Cuckoo 2024. The trailer was great because it played with this one scene sequence where the main character's riding a bike, and there's street lights, street lamps or whatever ahead of time. And we've all, or I hope we've all been privileged enough to like ride bikes as kids in the summer at night, maybe later than you were supposed to or whatever. And like you only had the light of the lamp posts to like,
Get your
if
way
not
home.
guide you or get your way home, or like if it wasn't that desperate, like you were still like as a kid, I don't care how brave you were. If you were trying to race home or curfew and like that was your situation on a bike, like you were racing a bit, and like there was such drama in the shadow play of your silhouette growing and reaching and coming back and going through the cycle with each like lamppost light silhouette. Like that was an amazing thing that like I didn't remember that we all did. You know what I mean? And that movie touched on it in a scene, in one sequence. Like when a movie is able to kind of touch on that and like hit that and kind of tie it together, even though I'm kind of like riffing, like I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it definitely touched on like a little bit of nostalgia, especially with like the way that the story was told.
It's very adolescent in the protagonist.
If you have not seen Cuckoo, go see it. Don't look into it at all.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
If you have a broken family, you'll appreciate it. Like it's
a great fucking movie. It is not at all what you'll expect. That being said, we're entering spoilers territory.
Okay.
Now, so going into this movie, I had no fucking clue. I had no.
It was
clue.
Hard to.
The
trailer did a great job of being like, "They're gonna be creepy and fucked up." You don't know what's up.
I was so happy that we were getting a fucking creature feature out of this. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? I thought it was going to be like a haunting situation. It was a fucking creature feature? Come the fuck on.
From the trailer,
love that shit.
You don't know if it's a demon. You don't know if it's a like monster. Like
with
it's
like
awesome.
A breeding kink somehow. It was weird.
Yeah.
No, it was a great fucking movie. It hit so differently. It had a different flavor than you were so used to for a lot of the movies that were coming out. You also had Hunter Schafer fucking holding it down.
I was about to say
holding it down for the fucking lead in that.
Elevated
so
and
good.
anchored by a stellar cast because like, look, not gonna lie, halfway through I was almost like, fuck this movie. This is the type of movie that gives, pretentious foreign films a bad reputation because it's just bullshit that doesn't make sense. It's just trying to be mysterious for no blah 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 blah. And
but it was
after
aware.
like
it was aware.
It knew what it was doing the whole time, and like I can't remember off the top of my head now because I haven't rewatched it yet, even though it is on Hulu. Somewhere like after the middle, like it won me over, like it clicked for me, it turned, and like I don't know if it was a specific reveal or if I just like got back into the aesthetic because I was like super pumped on it and like very excited to be excited. But like after the initial setup, I was just like, oh, this feels like I don't know where it's going, and like this just feels like too out there, and like that's random. But then it ties it together before the third act big finale, and then once shit hits the fan, I'm rooting for our hero, like. I was invested in what was at stake for them, like, and not for nothing. Not only does Hunter Schafer kill it, and I fucking love her, but I absolutely am so enamored with Dan Stevens. Always another Scream King nominee in our ongoing discussion.
Yeah, Dan Stevens definitely deserves a nod, at the very least.
A man who knows how to eat at the genre table. Holy cow. And so whatever.
Even with his very non-German accent of being German.
Just gonna shout it out because 2024 was the 10-year anniversary of The Guest, also starring Dan Stevens, one of the best goddamn mid-teens movies in the whole genre. Like, anyway, go check out The Guest. Go check out Cuckoo.
It was tasty. I was eating the whole fucking time watching this goddamn movie.
A little mucusy, but yeah.
It was a little mucusy, yeah. A little, but like I truly did love that it was like I understand exactly what Joe was saying with like you get to a certain point and you're like, ugh, this is like somebody trying to make a foreign film.
And I didn't like this director's previous feature, which was his debut, and so I was like skeptical, but won me over.
100%, and it's like it very quickly became like very self-aware of being like we're doing a foreign film, but it's like an American being involved in a foreign film, and it's like
not unlike Suspiria.
We don't know what's happening here, and it's like, what, are you fucking crazy? Open your fucking eyes. There's something weird happening, and somebody calls them out on it.
That was really Hunter Schafer was like. That's a weird way to
That's
fucking
a weird
put
way
it.
to fucking say it.
That was great.
It was so good because
like,
it was just self-aware enough. Oh, loved it. Loved it.
What? I saw that with something. Oh, I saw that as a double feature with Romulus, actually.
You did watch it. Oh, that's a wet double feature.
I saw that.
It's a wet breeding double feature.
You know what? If I had a nickel for every time,
I'd have 2 nickels, and it was weird.
3
that it
nickels
happened
actually. But no,
which isn't a lot of nickels. It's weird that happened 3 times.
Yeah, it's weird it happened 3 times. But like, just fantastic. I was invested almost immediately. And I just, like, again, iconic imagery, iconic scenes.
Good
touching storyline, too.
Yeah, and with the trailer not,
hard,
you know, it gives you a little, like, there were some things, like, I kind of wish they, like when she was in the makeshift bedroom and she sees what we presume to be a figure coming on her, and then it's, like, in the room. And I'm like... Fuck yeah. If I had a nickel, but yeah, just things like that, and in the way how tense the scene is,
yes.
or just like
there's weight
very much
every fucking moment.
Very much a one person versus everything, because no one is on this person's side, and like seeing how like, you know, it's basically it's survival, but it's also protection, because like.
When it ultimately boils down to I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna protect them. I don't fucking care.
I do love that this brought out
stakes.
the let me protect my family instinct. Like that's a thread or like motif theme, whatever. That like I always love seeing played out, because like it's primal. You identify with it. Like hopefully everyone has like someone that they would protect. You know what I mean? Or someone that they would like back up. And like talking about
the fucking final scene with
Elijah Wood.
Oh my god.
So good.
Wait, talk about Elijah Wood earlier. He was in a movie, Green Street Hooligans, which is one of my favorites to quote, because it had a line in it called the line was one of the best parts of like having friends isn't like knowing that they have your back. It's knowing that you have theirs. It's like having that confidence to be like, no, I'm gonna fucking like, I got you. Like, I got you. Like, that's the better feeling. Not
Shout
better,
out
but
Green
like,
Street Hooligans.
That's a strong feeling. Like,
it's a great fucking movie.
I just always remember that line, and like Cuckoo evokes that in me, because it's very much like, I fucking hate this place. I hate this new job. I hate my new family. I hate my new fucking, you know,
I hate
sister,
that I had to uproot my
mom,
entire fucking life.
all the blah 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 blah. And yet, you know, again, without trying to give too much away, like
despite
it earns the third act of everything that goes down, and it's just worth watching.
It's
and
the
done
despite everything, I persist.
That's that
Yes.
that sort of determination or whatever. Like I don't know.
And it's just really nice, because it plays.
Fuck you. You know?
You get the exposition of how things operate in this movie, and it's not.
Do you though? I feel like it does such a good job of
without
filter,
spoilers.
You know?
It plays it really close to the chest. It really does.
Headphones.
Yeah, headphones.
I've seen it.
Oh, well, like... so do we
He's
not...
reminding you.
Fine. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. The whole idea of, like, the headphones and how, like, you know, how much it's played into, and then at the very end, the scene that we were talking about, like, you know, that I fucking love is like, hey, you want to shoot my sister, right? Hey, you said you're going to protect me, right?
Yeah.
And then she's walking down so that they can't shoot at each other, because... He said that, like, you know, you're not going to back on your word, right? So, like, you're not going to shoot through me. And I know you want her. And so, like, you know...
It plays out so well.
It's very good final.
And then just, like, you know, she's, like, has her cover her ears. And, like, that...
At a shot...
Again, like once
at a cinematography, too, like, that scene is so fucking badass. Because, like, nothing happens... And then they walk out of the room, and then you just hear, "Pow!"
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit!
I'm more interested now that your third pick was stolen. What you're gonna go with instead?
I mean,
yeah. What do you got
feel
for
like
third? I'm good on Cuckoo. Watch Cuckoo. It's
gonna be a broken
movie.
record, but like I need it to just keep being talked about, because I love it so much, and like I forget if this was it. My memory's terrible. Was this in my like top 3 movies when we did it, episode 1?
It's possible. I don't know what you're gonna say.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And like I made the exposition for the queer horror of the month. I'm gonna talk about I Saw the TV Glow.
Beautiful
it was
movie.
between Oddity and I Saw the TV Glow, but in my heart, in my mind's eye, the movie that I can't stop thinking about, the movie that like had such a gravity to me after watching it. Like I literally like I had the luxury of sitting in my room watching it, so I could just weep into myself. But just there's so many brilliant things that were done with it, and I'm glad we talked about this earlier. And then we're all going to the World Fair, which was they're not linear, but it was the director debut of Jane Schoenbrunn. You can
feel that it's a similar.
Yeah, I mean, both of them.
Same themes.
Both of them are talk about
craft and perspective, and
it's trans allegory. It's trans allegory. Both of them had trans allegory, and like horror is queer. Horror's always been queer. Very glad that trans voice is again women making women's stories, trans identities showcasing trans stories. As it should be.
And we fucking love that.
But, like, just beautiful color theory. I mean, like...
The most bisexually lit movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
The soundtrack, beautiful. The work by Justice Smith.
Soundtrack. Oh.
Justice Smith and Jack Haven did phenomenal work on...
So good.
Like, it's a different kind of dread than I say Longlegs would be. Because Longlegs... Like we said earlier, it's relating to like Silence of the Lambs. It's like that level. It's heavy because this lives in reality.
Yes.
If you pull it back, pull all the meat and just have the bones, you see this is a reality. The final scene is just so terrible. Justice Smith's character is like screaming at a party. Everything is frozen, and he's just screaming like, "Somebody help me!"
And everyone's frozen.
Everyone's frozen. No one's reacting to him. And then he runs to the bathroom.
It's that I'm alone.
Yeah. Box cutters himself open, which sick as fuck, firstly.
That is the most like gut-wrenching scene of that fucking movie.
Yeah. And then opens and sees that
there's a light.
The glow is still with him. Like there is still time. Just that line. That line.
The symbolism of this movie is just fucking beautiful.
I'm gonna fuck it up, so I'm not even gonna like go into detail, but I'm gonna highly recommend another newish horror podcast, Splice and Splatter Pod. Highly recommend.
Oh, yeah. I love
they actually
Splice
just won some accolades recently, so congrats to them. But
nice.
I learned from their feed recently that. Very neat information about the ending of I Saw the TV Glow in terms of where to, make the cut, in the movie and just in the filmmaking. And, like, also whether or not to be more ambiguous, less, to make it more explicit, like, to try to, like... There was just a lot of discussion about, like, what to show, what not to, what to try to intend, and what, was held back or whatever. So, anyway, just worth checking out, Splice and Splatter Pod, because they have a very fun, relevant... behind the scenes, a bit of alternate, writing.
Nice.
Often a really good place to find trivia for movies as well. They seem to have the hot takes on like all of the fun little like
good background.
Stuff.
I appreciate that kind of background context,
yes.
but also
good work,
awesome
guys.
stuff.
But yeah, and the ending is speaking of the ending, it's so heartbreaking because he comes out of the bathroom and the first thing he does is apologize. No one's listening to him apologize.
For a thing that they're not privy about.
This is the good kind of vague for me. Like this is the intentional kind of that isn't like sloppy or like no, but more like you can read it a lot of different ways, and they wanted it to be interpreted that way.
This movie made my stomach feel sour.
It wanted to be open ended.
Like the credits rolled, and like my stomach flipped.
You don't know if he
made it. And I felt terrible.
I felt like it's just I liked that, or I didn't know how I felt about not knowing whether or not we were looking at an empty shell of who he was, and this is just like the meat puppet, and he's actually off with what's her face, like
or did the melancholy win?
Or did he go home to his family that he doesn't actually love, but he does?
Yeah.
The way
did he conform to the standard that was given to him?
Or does he not make it home because there's a gaping fucking hole in his sternum? You know what I mean? Like, and I love that. Like, it could be all or none.
I love that. I truly.
There's a lot of moments where it's like, does this exist in reality, or is this like off the?
And I love how
part
much
of me
it
at the
played
time
with
was like, pick a lane. I don't like that you didn't like tell me what you wanted to say. Don't leave it up to me so much. But it is such a subjective journey, like, and it really can work in all those ways.
The way that I read it.
No wrong take.
Yeah, the way that I read that made it so dreadful is that, like, in a lot of, again, not to be like, I'm a cis man talking about trans, struggles, but, like, as a queer person, the relation of knowing in deep inside who you are and having to conceal it either out of safety, either out of unnecessary comfort because that's what you know. But like, that's how I read it, is that he saw it's still there. He's still in there. There's still time. And he chooses to go back to what he knows because that is what he knows.
Yes.
I found that as like heartbreaking, like tragic.
Exactly.
It is.
Okay, and that's exactly.
Like I saw that as like, oh, don't.
And that's
I
what
want you to break free.
That's what I read as the melancholy one type of thing. Is that concealment and fitting into those roles.
Yeah, we all want to see a success, but again,
it's not always a happy ending.
In the horror of it, it is the horror of reality. This is a reality for a lot of queer people, for a lot of trans people, is that they know what they need. They know what they need to survive, what they want to survive.
And no one will validate.
No one will validate. No one will acknowledge them. And they just have to.
It's also hard to make that commitment, that decision, too, of like taking that leap into it.
There are so many things outside of even their own control.
Yeah, there's unknowns.
And that's why this movie stands at the top for me, because of just how devastating and raw and realistic it is. However,
it feels super genuine.
Yeah,
it feels very earnest and honestly come by.
It was genuinely a beautiful film.
It's very abstract.
And not for nothing. Talk about a movie that loves Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh my God! If
the Pinko Pig was a fucking TV show, I would 100% be watching that shit. It was so good. The episodes were fucking sick.
The interviews I was reading about, but like,
I just love that they use the same font. As,
Jane
Buffy.
took inspiration from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, from Adventures of Pete and Pete. All these
Pete and Pete.
So much Pete and Pete in the DNA.
Oh God!
And just like
Petunia.
It was just fantastic, beautifully structured. I was a fan just from like anticipating it to finally getting to see it. I bought it. I can't wait to buy it again when I find like a limited edition of like, the set, so I have a physical copy.
This is a movie that you 100% want on physical. Like, this is an amazing fucking movie.
I remember just reading everything I could about it just because it was beautiful. It was amazing. I stand by it 1,000%. I'm glad that I still think about it. And like,
a sad note about physical media and just like the current state of things and how important it is to speak up for people that don't typically or traditionally have a voice of their own. Who knows what's going on in terms of censorship and media and content. So like, that's another reason like we want to do this podcast, is to like just put as much weird fucked up shit out there that doesn't, cooperate with whatever narrative.
And also, if you ever feel alone, you ever feel like you're the outside weirdo, just know that you are not, because we exist and we are also the outside weirdos. The community does exist outside of you, and that there are always people who are going to think like you, and we're here for you, and we want to hear from you. We want to know your thoughts on stuff. You are not alone. You are loved, and you are accepted.
We're not allowed out of the basement, but we are always able to.
The Ghoul does run the Instagram account, so
when folks reach out.
And the Ghoul's actually very accepting.
He's cool. They're cool.
They'll let anybody in the basement. It's pretty fucking cool. Real quick too about I Saw the TV Glow. Two things real quick. I want to talk about the soundtrack. The soundtrack was phenomenal. So the score for it, so fucking good. But the soundtrack specifically, that's a hard word for Elmo.
Psychic Wound.
Yeah, so we got Yilu, Francis Quillen, Carolyn Palchek, Florist, Bartiz Strange, Maria B.C., Jasoon, El Rain, Weather Station, Proper, Sadrum, Sloppy Jane, Phoebe Bridgers, and two of my personal favorites, Drab Majesty and King Woman. Check out both of their works. Check out everybody on the soundtrack. Check out the soundtrack. But God damn it, King Woman and Drab Majesty, so fucking good. So good.
Yeah, seconded.
The second thing that I want to say is a shout out to my queer and trans homies. I love all of you.
We love you.
I guess I love you back.
I'm going to top off our final selection.
Not bottom.
Of the, unofficially official downstairs podcast canon of 2024. But there's so much in 2024 that is worth checking out and like a lot of fun, but I think I have to not only stick with my foreign theme of redemption for international film, but pick something that was like an early 2024 movie that like we were tracking and couldn't find or couldn't get to in the theater, but we were able to get to it, I think probably on Shudder, and we watched at your house as like a nice little fun little party. And Oddity was one of the coolest out of left field horror movies that you'll ever see, because it's one of those really good, like, kind of borderline Hitchcockian movies where, like, it's a little bit drawing room, it's a little bit in the family, it's a little bit murder mystery, it's a little bit ghost story, it's a little bit possession, it's a little bit like foreign ritual, like it's a little bit folk horror, and there's all of these things put together.
It's a little haunted object, yeah.
It's a little bit haunted object. It's a little bit Rube Goldberg. It's a little bit Final Destination, because
it's a little bit fucking cursed object from a fucking antique store. Like,
if you enjoyed
Talk
to Me. If you enjoyed Talk to Me, and if you were one of those freaks that bought A24's hand, and you were just like, "Ooh, God,
and
I can't wait to shake that hand,"
you definitely only burned incense out of it.
You definitely did weird hand stuff with it.
Yeah, you didn't fucking smoke weed out of it the way God intended.
Oddity is the movie for you, because, and again, it's not a spoiler because again, it's not giving anything away, but like it's in the trailer that you have that like life-size wooden statue of like this. Fucking,
I have one.
I don't
know.
know.
It's actually in my dining room. It's pretty sick.
This like ghoul demon thing that is like just perfectly able to be, you know.
He's a golem.
He is, in fact,
He
and
is.
like I keep thinking of this one episode of Veep, the political comedy comedy on HBO starring Julia Louis-Dreyfus among others, because there's a one episode where
known
like,
for its
she's
possession golem horror.
she's like a famous politician who gets like a wax statue made out of her, and well, damn it, folks can't stop doing sex stuff to her wax statue. And as like, you know, whatever, it's just I couldn't not think of that while watching Oddity, because it's got this like full body
Stop doing sex stuff to the wooden man.
Well, he's made of wood.
In the trailer and in the movie, in fact, like you know, one of the
How anatomically
characters
correct is he?
basically sticks her hand in the mouth of the thing, and you're like, what are you doing? And it's just like
Mouth stuff.
it's mouth stuff. But again, not this is even something that you can give away, because it is such, like I said, a good Hitchcockian slow reveal, great mystery,
Slow burn.
character study, you know, slow like unfolding of the exposition, but like in the best way that like the best thrillers and mystery and ghost stories do. And like it sneaks up on you, and it's hitting on every level. Like this is like a near perfect movie, because like again, it didn't make waves, didn't make box office. It's like the small Irish production, but it hit everything. I can't imagine it didn't leave anything on. It left it all on the field, right? To put it into a sports metaphor, and like you're just not gonna be disappointed.
What's that?
Yeah, sport.
Sport? No, it was it truly was like that was a heavy hitter for me. I love that fucking movie. There was
And we had a blast watching it as like a small
3
group.
or 4 good scares in that movie that
So creepy.
got me. Like I actually felt, and we watched it in my fucking living room with the lights on, and I still was like,
Small
That's not
cast.
fair. Your cat was bullying.
he was, yes, my
Small
little
cast, hard to predict, great mystery thriller, awesome ghost story, just definitely worth checking out if you're into folk horror or any of that other stuff.
my
Very
little
little-
demonic spawn just torturing Claudio the
Yeah.
entire time.
Very little like visual gore.
Except
It's all implied.
But yeah. But that tent,
the
like
tent.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying.
Spoiler
it was
free.
because of
Spoiler
the-
free on this one, because I want you to watch this.
Because
one.
of the
artfully
implication.
done.
Yes,
Artfully done.
Beautiful. Oddity. Thank you.
Very, so much genius things to be done in that, and like,
Cell phone is also fucking good.
There's only like 2 or 3.
yeah.
There's only like 2 or 3 honorable mentions that I want us to talk about that we haven't
go ahead.
already kind of discussed.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh no, not to jump.
I think Oddity.
I was just saying, like, that's all I have left, and then I'm
Oddity
good
hits as
for
like
24.
a fast and short for me, because it's like, no, I don't want to give anything away because
not
I
long.
want people to fucking experience
Pretty
it.
short and sweet, like, you know, good real quick, like it's under 2 hours.
If you agree or disagree with any of the stuff that we had said, please let us know in the comments section.
Tell me how much you love Lake Mungo.
Tell us how much you loved any of these movies, except for Lake Mungo.
Yeah. If you disagree, by all means.
Yeah.
But for anyone that cares, that we're paying attention, like our unofficial soft top 10 of 2024 is Long Legs, In a Violent Nature, Red Rooms, Smile 2, Strange Darling, Exuma, The Substance, Cuckoo, Oddity, and I Saw the TV Glow, and I would stand by any of these.
I would watch all of those back to back as a fucking marathon. It would be so fun. Not fun, but
not for nothing.
No, we gotta space them out because like
Smile 2, Substance, and I Saw the TV Glow, all Claudio picks really track together.
Yes.
I'd say Strange Darling and Exuma do kind of have similar, like I said, structure, if not like...
You could throw Red Rooms in
if
that
not,
too.
If not like momentum and stuff.
Yeah.
I do think Red Rooms and Exuma have similar things, but like Oddity is also in the folk horror tradition of Exuma. But yeah, In a Violent Nature, Cuckoo, Strange Darling, I feel like each stand on their own and are each like so tough and so nasty, and both of those are complimentary because like In a Violent Nature is so grimy and hardcore. Strange Darling is so fucking punk rock, and Cuckoo is also like, again, I'm not gonna give anything away, but like you don't see any of it coming. That's what I'm saying. It is like these are all very rock star picks. So like again, we're all just being real.
Who was the first one again? You said
first what?
You said Cuckoo, Strange, and
In a Violent Nature. Like just very
punk rock,
rough and tumble.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great picks all around. The only ones that like we haven't mentioned prior, because like we've talked about.
I'll give another kiss to
Nosferatu.
Romulus. Mwah.
We've talked about Romulus, Nosferatu, Late Night with the Devil. But in terms of horror stuff from 2024, I would love to very kind of quickly showcase two things. Azrael, starring our girl, Samara Weaving.
Samara.
Can't wait for Ready or Not 2.
Or Electric Boogaloo.
Actually, shit, what is it? Ready or Not 2? Fuck. What is the... Oh, damn it. It's a clever subtitle, so I'm going to look it up real quick. Ready or Not 2.
No, Samara Weaving is definitely one of our tops for Scream Queens, like current.
Here I Come.
Here I Come.
There it is, yeah.
That's so funny.
I just thought it was
that is really funny.
But no, really, really loved Azrael. Super cool, very similar to In a Violent Nature in terms of like very little dialogue, very hardcore like person against nature, and just kind of tracking someone not so much as a walking simulator
visceral
thing,
visuals
but super
too.
Visceral, very survival, very like
Talk about
not
minimal
killing
dialogue.
zombies with a knife truck and sawed-off shotguns, but like I don't know, fighting demon angels in the woods with the stick you found and sharpened.
Not like fallen angels or some shit. Like it was,
I don't want to give too much away, but it was a real
cool.
dope mythology, lore, awesome premise, little dialogue, big action. But Samara Weaving is just like a fucking scream queen and a half, performer and a half. Goes visceral, goes very athletic. Like anyone who's seen
ass off for no dialogue.
Anyone who's seen Ready or Not knows that like she can do comedy, through the roof, and I think that's one of the hardest things.
Also, fucking shout out fucking Babysitter and Babysitter 2 Killer Queen.
Amazing timing required for those things to work,
fun.
and she just makes like a movie that didn't like light the world on fire, but like I think she sells it, and it's just awesome. And then the other one again, Humane, directed by Caitlin Cronenberg. Who really, I think, deserves more shine for this movie, this amazing debut that is not Cronenbergian in the way that you would expect after David and Brennan, because it's not
Jay Baruchel was in that one?
Yeah, it's really funny. It's Jay Baruchel and this incredible stacked cast, if you appreciate the work of, like,
Canadian actors.
Enrico Colantoni and Peter Gallagher, two of my favorite TV dads, but just an awesome, awesome movie that is very clever.
It's an interesting take on it.
Great black comedy, fun satire on Shudder. I just wanted to give those two a quick shout out. I also appreciate, just because 2024, but Anna Kendrick's directorial debut, Woman of the Hour, the serial killer game show, true crime, hits a lot of our things, and like I thought it was done very well. It kind of, I don't know, everyone was just sort of like polite with that one, but like I thought it was pretty great.
I forgot to mention one that was really sitting on my mind a lot, and it's really a shame because Strangers Chapter 1 was really great.
Was it?
Yeah. It really, I really utilized.
It really rehashed the original.
I really utilized my stubs list for that free ticket, and boy was I happy about that.
It was a free movie, huh?
It was a free movie.
We talked about this last night. I was very confused on the Strangers universe timeline franchise that's popped up in the last 5 years. You were so patient and helpful with helping me understand who directed what and what timeline and what. But
I was doing pseudo my headcanon of where I think it exists. This isn't
much
like
as Pray at Night and Chapter 1 seem like misfires for having never seen them, just from reception and like. Chapter 2 looks and seems legit.
Oh, dude, the
and
trailer
worth
for Chapter 2
checking
is
out.
fucking wild.
I'm a bit, again, as I was skeptical and then came around on Smile 2, I feel like I'm skeptical on this despite loving the original Strangers, or at least appreciating.
Yeah.
Glenn Howard.
R.I.P. Dennis.
That's so funny.
You're a 5-star man!
Also Scott Speedman.
I'm real curious.
I have hope for 2.
I'm real curious about Chapter 2.
Yeah, because one...
Even if they're rehashing fucking the Halloween 2.
However unfortunate
Or
Chapter 1
us.
was,
Yeah.
it had to exist for us to get there.
Yeah.
The ground had to be made at some point.
I can appreciate
and
that.
like I will give value to that. It set the playing field for what's to come. This is the first time that we're having a continuation of
Here's the thing,
a Survivor.
That's a lot of build-up. If you don't fucking nail it, don't do Chapter 3.
That's okay. Well, like if you remember, they were supposed to get all 3 in 1 year.
Yeah.
And then it became a...
If Kevin Costner can't do a goddamn Western series, then we don't get Chapter 3 of The Stranger. Sorry.
That's fine by me.
It's just funny to me that, like, that big a name that, like, and I don't have a whole lot of love for Kevin Costner, don't get me wrong, sorry, Mom. But, like, if he can't get his, like, part 2 of a Western, like, that should be the easiest thing in the world for him to be able to do. Like, if that can't happen, I'm just kind of shocked that, like, that The Stranger says now this is going to be like the 4th shot at a Stranger's, like, you know what I mean? Like, you had the original, that was a hit. You have Pray at Night, which is a thing. You have Chapter 1, which also exists. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of swings at this general premise to, like...
It's a necessary evil
hitting it
is
out of
my
the park.
copium.
Yeah.
It's a necessary evil. That's all. That's what
I'm just saying, if this doesn't hit,
necessary.
A couple of my like just nods real quick. The Mads, fucking
Oh, yeah, I was very
crazy
curious
ass
about that.
movie.
You liked it, yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to give a nod to Immaculate and The First Omen as
Yes!
well.
Yep.
Hell yeah, The First Omen.
Terrifier 3 doing some shit that we had not seen before with a chainsaw.
My forte, that's your guys' realm. I leave that to you.
We also got Abigail.
Yes.
One of Claudio's faves, The Devil's Bath. We also got. I'm not going to mention Tarot.
You know what's really funny? I'm going to mention it for 3 seconds. And you know why? That was a double feature with Stranger Chapter 1. So
there you
I
go.
batted 0 for 0.
You did bad.
To
That
combat.
is offensive to tarot card readers. I'm just gonna say.
To combat the Romulus Cuckoo double feature. It was perfect balance.
I mean, just to like pad out like how cool and diverse 2024 was. Like we also got like VHS Beyond. There was also Heretic came out. Like there was a lot of like really new, different stuff that was going around, and I was very happy to like be able to go through and check all of that stuff out.
I'm glad we have this giant pool.
Yeah, it is a deep pull. There's a lot going on there.
I didn't love Heretic or what did you just say? Besides Heretic, something else.
I forgot immediately.
That Heretic, even Abigail, which I really liked. Maxine, which we have a lot of affection for.
Maxine, yep.
But all that stuff, and I was gonna say Trap, all kind of mid stuff that like
Josh
maybe did or
Hartnett.
didn't work, or like you liked Hartnett but not, like thought it was silly, or like what. Even those mid things were awesome and worth your time, and like not duds. You know what I mean? And not like bad or like angering the way that like a bad movie pissed me off sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
so I think needless to say, 2024 was a win.
that's yeah.
It was a win for art.
But
You guys
this was a blast to
Yay,
discuss
art.
because this deserves to be up there with like all the other great years, at least in terms of horror.
Did I mention art?
Not enough. But no, thank you guys for joining me for this artful conversation of 2024.
Absolutely.
Let's freeze time here and not. Can we not
Pretend
go
like
forth into the
25
future
didn't
braver?
happen, you know? Well, that'll be it for us at the podcast downstairs. You can find us wherever podcasts are available. You can also find us on the YouTubes, Instagram, and TikTok. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. I want to thank our producer and tech wizard, Don, and Not Great Entertainment for all of the help with setting up the podcast. We will see you later. And until then, stay out of the basement.